Is it gossip chat? Marry, fuck, kill? I don't fuck with you. Hit up the comment box. Let us know.
I'm not mute like I always be.
So you know what, Jaylene?
I'm not mute like I'm always muted and be talking. Nobody be hearing me.
That is very true. You always start out like that. Okay, what's up, viewers? Y'all comment. I wonder if we got any new people in here tonight because we had a really fun interview on Monday, and it seemed like we were introduced to a lot of people who had not yet knew about our panel. So let us know if y'all are new. You know, like when you at church, they be like, if you are new, go ahead and stand up.
And embarrass the shit out of you.
Yes, raise your hand, come and give a speech.
And you don't really want to stand up. You be
like, get up.
I don't want to get up. They know I'm new. I don't need to tell them that.
My mom literally did this to me not too long ago. It's just fine. Okay.
Oh, I hate that. No, I don't want to stand up. You ain't been to church in a year and people looking at you like, we don't know you. I don't want to stand up.
Oh, no. They can't play with me like that at my church. I wish they would play with me like that at that church. Looking you know exactly who I am.
I know, right? I'm not standing up. I refuse. So y'all know how we start. What are y'all drinking?
Well, supposed to make me some tea, but I don't know what's going on with that.
Y'all know I have I don't have water this time. I actually what kind of
I
have the Ciroc. That's a watermelon Ciroc, and then I'm mixing it with the watermelon Ciroc. Wait, where's the camera? Boom.
That watermelon Ciroc is really good with Sprite.
It's really good.
Like sweet alcohol. That's
when I can drink again.
I mixed it with it's watermelon Red Bull because I'm a little tired.
You must be off tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's lit.
Carry on.
So I had to get me a little sip for the long weekend.
Well, y'all know me. I used to be drinking my tequila all the time, but now I've just been drinking wine.
Classy base.
Very much so. Very much.
I'm a grown lady. I got shit to do. I can't be all tequila fucked up tomorrow.
Exactly.
Wine and quick recovery.
Regret it. You got your water, Jamie?
Well, I actually have tea.
Oh, okay. You said that. Yes.
Is it spiked tea?
As soon as I get mine,
is it a drop of liquor in it?
No.
You gotta put a little down.
I'm gonna switch it up on y'all though. I promise. One of these y'all just gonna be like real surprised. Probably as we go into Leo season, I'm probably gonna turn it up just a little bit.
Ooh, come on, birthday.
Who's gonna do it?
Our very own Leo right here. Oh, another thing, y'all. Let's go ahead and tell the people a happy early Juneteenth.
Yes, happy early Juneteenth. I'm going to get 110-minute massage on Juneteenth in memory of my ancestors. Thank you.
Right, that's what they would want for you, right?
See?
I think so. They wanted massages.
Yes.
Instead of always
you rubbed.
Okay.
Well, all right. I think we go into a lot of people's favorite part of the show, and that is. I love that. I hope everybody at home be doing the hand motions too.
You have to do the hand motions or you ain't doing it right. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Somebody.
So our very first group.
Oh,
nope.
This is
One thing I'm gonna say, 3 out of the 4, what was it? 3 out of 4? 3 out of the 4 of these suggestions came from one of our viewers named James. So shout out to James. He watches us on his night shift. And I know he's watching this right now.
Hey, James.
Hey, James.
We appreciate the recommendations because we be forgetting people and shit.
Yes.
It's hard. It's hard for people every week. We gotta remember if we've done them or not. So thank y'all for the suggestions.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
WTF.
I think I have the answer. I think I have the answer here.
Okay.
I would marry Chris Tucker. I would fuck Hughley because Hughley is a hoe. So he probably, bang. And unfortunately, I would have to kill Eddie, even though I think Eddie things too. But at the same time, it's the crookedness for me. DL is in some ways attractive the way he grooms himself, his hair, his hats, his suits. You know what I'm saying? Like he keeps himself looking nice to me in comparison. Yeah. Okay. But he's a hoe, so I couldn't be married to him. But I would definitely, just a touch,
Oh,
go ahead, Jamie. Because do you have a?
I don't have an inkling, but I'm gonna throw it out there. Okay.
I have an answer.
I didn't think that this would be as difficult. I really didn't think this would be so difficult.
Like I'm just trying to squint my eyes and everything
to see what you want to see. You trying to see if you can see something?
Yeah, because I'm just
and turn your head.
See, I would marry Chris Tucker. I think he's funny, but not like aggravating funny. Like, okay, little joke, I think that's whatever. I think he like go to the market and get the eggs. You get the right eggs. I think he like put gas in the car. I think he will be good in bed. I can imagine him good because he smoked weed back in the day, and he was like, a weed fucking dude or what else. I would marry Chris Tucker. I would just have to fuck DL because to me, I just feel like Eddie Griffin is like a crackhead. Not that he's a crackhead, but like he just gives me tease of like in another life he could be a crackhead, so I don't want that in my life. And I like DL's neck tattoo. I feel like his neck tattoo means he give good dick because people who get good. If you have a neck tattoo, you give good peen all up and through. So that's what I
tattoo. It's the neck tattoo.
Neck tattoo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pass on Eddie because he gives me brother vibes. So he would have to die, unfortunately. And then it's between Chris and DL, and that's hard. I probably would just marry DL based on security and the longevity that he's had in the industry. He's been around for a long time. He's still relevant today. And then I would just smash Chris Tucker. Yeah. Oh, that's tough.
Did you go, Niecy?
No. I'm shocked at what you said. For some reason, I'm trying to remember. Didn't something happen with DL Hughley like a year or two ago? It was
What?
I can't remember what it was. It was like an interview that came out and had something to do. Oh, maybe it was the fact that he had that's what it was. He said something very ignorant in the interview. Yes, Bonnie, you muted about the side baby. It was something ignorant, but I couldn't remember what it was. And I was trying to I was sitting there thinking to myself, do I want to think hard about what he might have done that was problematic? No, I don't really. But I have to agree with what Bonnie said. It's easy. This one was easy. Marry Chris, smash DL, Eddie Griffin would go. Yes, that's what it was. Portia Kelly. He had a side baby that passed away. Yes. And he said something about I think he might have said
because the baby didn't live or some shit like that.
Yeah, everything worked out because of that or something like that. It was real.
He was grateful. He was grateful that it went down that way or something like that. Not that he was happy the baby died, but he was happy that he didn't have to deal with that situation. I think it was something along those lines.
Yes,
that's. But it's like, is that a? But so this, I got a question. I was just wondering, Is that a good or bad thing? I feel like is it okay for him to feel like he was relieved that something he wasn't prepared for didn't happen, even though he isn't happy how it got that way?
Homicide.
Is Aqua in here?
Somebody.
Oh no, she was a double homicide. No, that was double. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, somebody said that, and that's my mind. I'm sorry.
Who did a triple? Who did that? Where that happened from?
Oh yeah.
I think it was a bad thing for him to. I mean, he was being honest with his feelings. I'm sure it's a lot of men that may have felt that way. You know, if they got themselves in a situation like that. But I think he just said it on the wrong platform that went viral, and it makes him look bad. But
okay,
he was really saying what a lot of men out here be saying and feeling.
I mean, not just men. Sometimes women glad they, didn't have a baby for somebody.
Well, you remember Paige was happy that Chris didn't have his baby. So
and
he thought that it was a blessing from God. Okay.
Oh, because that's what God do.
Okay.
Right. All right. Let's move on to this next group, y'all. This next group right here. I'm trying to. Hold on. I'm not gonna hit y'all with the funny one. I'm gonna go lightweight first. We're gonna work our way up. Okay. So this next group, y'all.
Oh,
the pretty actors.
Why are we automatically happier?
y'all know I usually like to do something real foolish when it's my turn. So. Y'all was probably like, all right, so we got Christian Keys. What is his name? Lamar Rucker.
Lamar
Rucker. And then we got Pooch Hall.
Now, Nisi, since you feel like you know me.
Yup.
Please tell me who you think I would marry, smash, and kill.
Okay. Let's see. You're smashing Christian Keys. Okay.
No.
And then,
No,
I was going to marry him. Yes.
Okay,
I thought Mary too. She gonna marry light skinnedness. Like
that's exactly what I was thinking. That's what we know without saying it.
Oh,
that's what we know.
And nobody is more like
not light skinnedness
as Christian Keys. He is like top notch for beautiful light skinnedness. Okay,
it's his voice. It's his voice mixed with light skinnedness.
He has a good stature.
Yeah.
Like some men's bodies are not always, but his body stature is nice.
Yeah.
He still has his hair.
That Jamie was going to marry Chris. I almost said she was just I should have did that. Okay, Pooch Hall. The reason why I was kind of iffy was because I knew it was gonna be between Christian and Pooch, but Pooch is more
problematic.
Yes, I didn't want to overuse that word. I didn't want to overuse it. But that's the only reason why I was like, it's one of the two, but I don't know which way she gonna flip it. And I already knew Lamont was gonna go for you.
Embarrassing.
Okay, so go ahead, clarify. Which one is it, Jamie?
Yeah, I was gonna marry Christian. I just like Bondi said, his body type is a very handsome man. I could have sworn I saw him in the gym one day. Looks really good. Pooch Hall, I was just on his page on IG not too long ago. Now, if he's actually like the character Darwin, then yeah, I would have married him. But because he's problematic, I would just smash him and keep it going. And the reason why I would have to kill I can't think of his name, the guy in the middle. He did this kind of like a low budget movie, and I think it was like The Man Next Door or something. And he pissed me off that entire movie. Like that's why he would die based off that movie. That's why.
See, I would marry the dude in the middle because I feel like he's a protector. Now I want him to protect. He's a protective husband vibe is what I feel. I liked him in the movie, the Tyler Perry one with the marriage or whatever, him and Jill Scott. I liked him from that. So I would marry him. I would for sure fuck Christian. I wouldn't want to marry him because I feel like it'd be too many women wanting him, and now I don't want to fight all the time and beat the ass all the time. Because I will punch a bitch in the face. So I will fuck him one time or two times or whatever. Be that be. Pooch would have to die for me because I feel like I don't know Pooch from nothing besides the game. So he can go over there. See, those are my choices.
Bondi.
I thought I was gonna marry Lamont, but as I look at this longer, I really do kind of like Christian's energy, even when he's the bad guy on it's not Family Business, it's the other one. Saints and Sinners?
No, even on Family Business, he's also a bad guy. He's like a hitman.
Okay. Well, on Saint, I'm thinking about Saints and Sinners though, because he, he was all assholey and shit, and I still liked him. So I was like, he was being an asshole to that girl, well, she cheated on him and all that, and he was all upset, and then he went rogue, and then we thought he was dead, but he wasn't. And then they had to give him a new leg. It was a whole situation. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna marry Christian. I'm gonna fuck Lamont because he seems like he has those power forward thigh muscles. And I'm gonna kill Pooch because I just don't find him that attractive.
I have a different opinion than everybody.
Okay.
I will marry Lamont, smash Pooch, and Christian can go.
I'm not surprised though. Because you picked Boosie.
Stop.
You picked Boosie.
You will never live that down for the rest of the year.
I will never.
The rest of the year.
Anytime I tell y'all that a man is too cute, y'all gonna go back to Boosie.
Big money. I like that.
But Christian is like so pretty. He's like so pretty. And
that's usually not my type neither, but there's something about his energy that is very confident, and a lot of the times dudes who are too pretty,
yes,
it comes off a certain way, and I don't always get that energy from him. And also when he gets online to curse people out sometimes, I be liking it.
Yeah, it's real attractive. He don't act like an attractive asshole. He just acts like I just
happen to be attractive. I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Fucking with me. Yeah.
You know what? He's the light-skinned version of Aldous Hodge. Aldous Hodge, we love who at the big. He's the light-skinned version of Aldous Hodge.
Yes.
I can see that.
He's
also been extremely successful. I would want to be married to the extremely successful one. And like Christian is like extremely successful. Like he has to be, because I see him in everything. Everything.
I would definitely choose Aldous over Christian for sure though. I would choose him.
Ooh.
Aldous Hodge.
So Aldous versus Christian.
Only Aldous with a beard. Aldous without a beard is a no for me.
Right. That's He's a whole different looking man without a beard.
Fine, period.
Yeah,
I mean, no, he fine, but he fine as fuck with a beard. And see, with a beard, Aldous,
I would has a beard right here.
Right, but Christian looks good without a beard. But he looks good without a beard too. So if Aldous with a beard, I would pick Aldous.
That's off looks though. That's off looks.
Yeah.
Now, if you put, if you put some other people, in here, we'd be having a different conversation.
Right. Somebody just said Hosea Sanchez. That one will be different.
For sure.
No.
Yeah.
I think so.
No.
I can't do it.
All right, y'all.
I like them.
I'm very excited to present to y'all this next group.
I'm scared now.
I'm concerned.
Keep in mind that this suggestion also doesn't come from me, because
she warning us.
Like, this is something that I don't want to have to do myself. But if I got to do it, we all got to do it. So, famous Black lady judges.
You're going to hell
this one.
You're going to hell for this. I feel so terrible. I look at Judge Lynn like a mother figure, bro.
Like, that's what I was thinking. So we got Judge Faith Jenkins, Judge Lynn Toler, and then we have I said that out of order, Lauren Lake.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all, when I got the suggestion, I was like, do I make the edit? Do we do this?
I don't know the difference between this one and the one on the end. Which is which? So the one with the pink
That's
lipstick.
Lauren Lake is over here. And this is
Lauren Lake.
And then this is Judge Faith.
Right.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm doing everything except for killing Judge Faith. I'm marrying and smashing Judge Faith. I just can't do that with Judge Lynn Toler. I just can't. Lauren Lake can go because she sometimes irks me slightly, and I don't know why. Maybe sometimes because I feel like they be asking stupid ass questions on her show, and it's just like sometimes it's like, could we just get to the bottom of the situation?
It's like watching the Tyler. Let me stop.
Girl, listen, but I really do like Faith, and I think she's super cute and everything, and I think she's also closer to my age, so I would definitely smash and marry Judge Faith, and then I would kill Judge Lauren Lake. Even though in general I like all three ladies, and I love all three of them. Their shows.
Wait, smash and marry Judge Faith.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would marry Judge Faith. Judge Lauren Lake.
Why are you laughing at this? What is this? What is this energy?
Smash Lauren Lake. She's cool. I like her, even though her questions are stupid sometimes and redundant. She's cool. But Lynn, it's number one, she's too old for me. And then I feel like she'll do a lot of chastising about different things, and ain't nobody got time for all of that. So you're gonna have to go. I don't want no mama. I got a mama, and that's right. Not. I mean, that's not. That's incest, so it's a no for me.
Oof. I've never seen Lauren Lake show. I've only seen, of course, Judge Lynn Taylor and Faith. I've never
seen Paternity Court.
Oh,
you missing out.
You behind.
You are missing out.
You know, I
don't know either of them ladies.
You don't know either one?
No.
Oh.
Wow.
I can't with y'all.
It's strangers to me.
What is
it, Jamie?
Wow. That they didn't suggest Judge Maybelline. Because if they suggested Judge
Maybelline, we ain't fucking Judge Maybelline.
Not in the church with it.
No. I said I'm glad they didn't suggest it.
Oh, okay, because I would have been like,
I'm not thinking between this pull out Judge White at that point.
Stop.
Oh, y'all funny.
Based off looks.
But Niecy, if you ever get some time and you bored, please get on YouTube and watch Paternity Court.
I've heard about the show, but I've never watched it.
Y'all should watch it. It is the ratchetry you did not know you needed for 30 minutes in your regular everyday. When I tell y'all, I literally be looking for new uploads of Paternity Court and Divorce Court. It's serious.
I just don't. Based off looks alone, because I don't know these people. Well, I know Judge Lynn Taylor. I would marry her only because she looked like she has a dildo in her pocket. And y'all know my rule. I'm gonna be a lesbian, she has to have a dildo. So I assume I would marry her because I want my life to have dildos around so we can play with them. I would bang the other girl.
Not in her pocket.
I think I would bang the other girl solely because I'm not fucking Judge Lynn Taylor. I respect her too much to want to do that, but I can kill her off. So yeah, that's who I would pick. Those are my picks.
Yeah, that option made me uncomfortable. I am not gonna lie. But yeah, I have to agree with you.
Something wrong with Jamie.
I gotta find a dildo. So if I'm not a lesbian. I don't want to eat coops, so my rule has always been the person has to look like they got dildo strap-ons somewhere in the vicinity.
All right, very last round, y'all. Bloom, Ja Rule, Ludacris, Nelly.
Why you ruling Ja Rule? Why you do that?
Easy.
You want to get that man killed?
It is easy. It's so easy.
So easy.
Well, whenever I put him up here, I knew that it's basically gonna be a trade-off between Ludacris and Nelly. But what is y'all gonna do with it?
I'm gonna marry Ludacris. I'm gonna fuck Nelly, and I'm going to kill Ja Rule. Period. Point to
marry Ludacris with the side baby.
Yeah, Nelly got a side baby too, and he wasn't even married to that bitch.
Oh, he does.
He got I think he had a baby outside of that girlfriend that he has too. Either way, he had a rape case. Come on.
Oh, yes.
So I'm definitely marrying side baby over rape case. Gotta do it.
The nicknames, side babies and rape cases. What kind of shit?
That's what I'm on mine. I used to love him. I would have done everything to Nelly. But then, Luda is not problematic.
He's not.
And he makes me feel like he would still be a good husband. Like he would cheat respectfully. Nelly makes me feel like I would have to fight somebody over him. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, he ain't getting married. You be Miss Bombi. Like Miss
Jackson. I wouldn't have a problem with that if I didn't have to be 100%, if I didn't just have to fuck you, then that wouldn't be a problem for me. But you can't do what you want and then tell me I gotta be, monogamous. No.
Interesting. I would marry Nelly. I like Nelly. I would smash Ja Rule, but I've never really saw it for Ludacris at all, so I wouldn't. Never been. Yeah, both of y'all did. What? Yeah.
You? We did.
Really?
What?
Not even back then when he
used to have stop messing with you, Jamie. Like you the last slayer.
Okay.
In my opinion.
I've never really
I like how deep his voice is and stuff.
Who's Ja Rule?
No, Ludacris.
Ludacris was my sister's first crush. And after that, she loved every single dude with an afro.
He does look like light skin Martin though.
Ooh.
Unsee it now.
Ebony. Ebony says she is marrying Luda, smashing Nelly, and it's murder.
You know what? I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna let Ja Rule live real quick. I'm going to marry Nelly because I feel like he gives consistent good dick. I think Ludacris gives good dick if he like rested and relaxed or whatever. So I would marry Nelly. The reason I will fuck Ja Rule because I remember Ja Rule back in the day, like the gangster rapper Ja Rule, and that to me was attractive. Not how he looked, but his aura was like, you know what I'm saying, my thing. So yeah, I will fuck Ja Rule. He can live. Okay, fine, whatever. But I would kill Luda because I feel like Luda doesn't give good dick consistently because he be doing too much.
Where else I say where you get that from?
I just feel like he don't give good dick consistently. I don't know why. I've always felt that way. I think he's fine. I do.
No, I think you don't read fuckboy on him, and that's why it seems like he doesn't give good dick.
Yes.
No, I still think he's a fuckboy. Ludacris back in the day to me was fuckboy. I think the fact that he got that girl pregnant, his two daughters are so close to age. He's a fuckboy.
After he said he would not do that, it was like right after he had said that Ludacris was like, you know, wrap it up, put a condom on or some shit like that. He put it in a song, I think, or something like that.
Whole side baby.
And then when he did the same shit that he rapping with all rappers.
So yeah, I think Ludacris is an attractive, nice looking, seem calm, cool, collected fuckboy. He looked like he's not one, but he is one.
He has more earning power than everybody, though.
Yeah,
in this lineup, he has more earning power.
Mary. So for me, I am marrying Luda, only because I'm smashing Nelly. I just saw in the comments that Nelly is a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio, so that would make for something insane with his strong built ass.
I would like short.
But that's also not a problem when you lay down, because sometimes the short dudes. So smash Nelly and John has to go. Okay. So that is that for Mary. But our very next game, y'all, is One Gotta Go. So I tried to sit here and think of like shows and stuff like that. I was like, you know what? Let me just ask the ultimate black girl question. I went and got my braids touched up today, and I was like, what could I not live without? So for our One Gotta Go, is it box braids or silk presses? So one of them you can never get for the rest of your life. Which one is it gonna be?
Silk press.
Silk press. Bye, girl.
Well, wait. I didn't tell y'all my rule because I thought about this earlier. I knew y'all was gonna say this. Everlasting silk press. No humidity. Permanent silk press or permanent box braids?
The one that have to go for me is box braids because I don't get braids often at all. I don't get box braids at all. But I would not want to never be able to get my hair pressed out. I don't do either often because I'm, it's always up. But I'm not a braids girl, so that can go for me.
I'm a braids girl, so silk press can still go.
I concur with Bondi.
Same. I hate whenever, like, I always think it's a good idea to get my silk press done, and then as soon as I get it done, it'd be like, no.
Because I feel like with the everlasting silk press, you're always getting your hair silk press. It ain't like you're going to have some hair anyway to braid with anyway, because your hair going to keep down breaking off, getting these silk presses all the time.
But you keep braids for too long, your hair can fall out too.
Exactly.
So I feel like I think neither option should be an always thing. Like no one should always get a silk press or always get box braids because they can break your hair off either way. Your hair needs to break, Like I get my hair pressed out like once or twice a year. So if I can't get my hair pressed out once or twice a year, I would go because your ends got to get clipped, and for that you got a little press it out, and you let it go back to natural.
Nah, just blow dry me. Let me go, Shawty.
Let me go, Shawty.
Braids, booty braids at that.
Booty braids
too.
I can't sit that long. Your neck be heavy. It's just I just can't.
Like
I'll go crazy.
Eva be wearing them braids down to her ankles.
Yes.
How she do it?
I don't see how they do that. I say booty braids. That mean that they go right to the ass. But see, right now. Like even like y'all know the girl I work out with, Kiara Lachey. She got them braids in all the way down to her damn ankles, and I'm just kind of like, girl, I do not know how you work out with that because that shit would drive me insane.
And then wrapping it up, it feels so heavy on your head. Like that's
had it down.
Really?
All them pounds on your head.
Oh, I was just saying.
I hope her neck okay.
What you said, Jamie?
I hope her neck okay. Braids are heavy.
I hope so too.
They don't look that heavy. I don't know how.
Knotless braids or box braids.
The key is knotless.
For sure.
Yeah.
See, the braids I get are like ghetto braids, straight to the back. Little no knot here, and give me like 10, 15 braids and I'm out. That's the most I'll do for braids. And even then I'll keep it for like maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah. What you getting them braids for?
Because it's easy.
Girl.
I have to be able to scratch my scalp. I want to be able to shampoo my hair and get to my scalp. But sometimes you have like box braids. I used to get other kind of braids when I was younger, but I'm like, nah, I can't. You sit too long. There's the hair on your neck. You got to keep doing this. I ain't got time for that. That's why I keep my hair up now. I don't like to have my hair on me. I need it off of me.
Yeah. I mean, it's worth it for the amount of time you keep it in. What's 8 hours?
I wouldn't keep it though. I keep my braids maybe 2 weeks. Like at 8, at the day of 8, I'm like, this shit. I need to keep a good 8 days and I'm done.
You got money.
That's what I was thinking. Like, girl,
you got money. All right, y'all. Let's go into.
I was a little bit.
Gossip chat. All right. So, y'all, the first thing that I want to talk about, don't have a picture of it, but work husband and work wife of rap. I'm speaking about Meg Thee Stallion and DaBaby have unfollowed each other on Instagram.
Well,
the reason being, it is rumored that Meg basically said she wouldn't work with anybody who decided to work with Tory Lanez because of the shooting that happened. We don't know if Tory did. We don't know what happened. But because of the shooting that happened, I think a whole year ago now, right?
It was last year.
Last summer.
Yeah, and we still have no answers. So Meg has drawn a line in the sand, and I want to get y'all's opinion on it. Is it business or is it personal? What would y'all do in that situation? Should DaBaby be able to work with Tory?
He should be able to do whatever he want to do, but that nigga shot me, so I'm not working with nobody that work with that nigga, and that's on God.
I think that it's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of business and it's a little bit of personal. I kind of slick feel like she didn't even have to make an announcement about that. If she did, like, really keep it with yourself, because what happens when the artist you really want to rock with decides to work with him? You've already done a record with Cardi. Cardi is a person that really don't give a for real. So if she decides to go and do a track with Tory, and you working on your album and you want to go and get Cardi, then now your fans are going to have something to come at you about. Especially Nicki Minaj fans who liked you at one point and no longer like you like that anymore. So if you starting to work with Cardi and she done did a song with Tory, they're going to call Tory, they're going to call you a traitor. And I'm using Cardi as an example. It could be anybody. So I feel like if that's your stance, let that be your stance. I don't think that wrong with it at all, because he harmed her, and anybody that rock with me should have respect for that. But at the end of the day, I kind of feel like if it's business, then keep it business, and then keep it to yourself, and then you just move accordingly. Those are my thoughts.
I feel like Meg has the right to feel how she feels, but I also feel like this lets her know who really rock with her. Like, if I don't fuck with somebody, you my person, like, you should not fuck with them. But everyone that you make a song with may not be your person. So, like, I think you have to move in silence. I do think the song was old. I don't think they made a new song together. It just got released. So I do feel like, why she's still mad if it's the old song, because again, he can't take it back. But I don't want to rock with anybody who supports someone who shot me. Well, because back in January, either this year or last year, they brought up how it was a song that he had with Tory, and at that point, Meg said it's an old song, it's not clear. That song was never, the title never came out. This is the only song that came out with them two together. So I wonder if it's the same old song. But is she upset because he finally cleared it? But I feel like
somebody in the comments just said it's a new video. So maybe he pre-recorded the song, but he's moving forward with a video.
He did because it was a big thing last year. I think that's what Jay Lee was saying when the baby denounced it, said, "Oh, that's old, that's the next thing.
Yeah.
You're not working on no new music," and then here it is, y'all drop it months later when y'all thought people forgot about the situation.
Right.
But everybody not, like I said in my video, I was like, everybody's not loyal. How DMX would never do a song with somebody who dissed Eve or who shot Eve or who shot someone they can't, because that's your people.
Right.
Like, but I'm like, people not built that way no more. Like if somebody shoot Bonnie, I can't fuck with them.
Shot me like the
doing that shit. Even if you disrespect Bondi or anybody, I can't rock with you because I'm like, y'all my people. But everybody not built like that. You have to figure out who your people are and then move that way.
Right. And I understand. I agree with what Jamie said. Like, I'm not about to actually say that to people, but I peep how you roll. And if I see that you doing stuff with that person after they fucking shot me, then I see you for what it is. I know you ain't really my people and I can't fuck with you no more. We ain't even got to have a conversation about it. I just know I don't fuck with you no more.
Done.
See, and I think that, I hope that Meg has the clarity to kind of see business versus personal. I don't think that she would handle this situation with a stranger. I think it's the simple fact that her and the baby, like I said, in my opinion, are work husband and wives. As many songs as they can put out together, they could drop a whole album together. So I assume that they're good friends. So with that being said, I would be feeling some type of way.
Have y'all heard the song though?
I haven't.
So I listened to it because I want to hear the song and see if it was like a real feature or it was like a little yang yang. And I'm mad because the song is good. It pissed me off. I'm like, fuck it. I like the song. I won't listen to it again. But again, it's a good song. But for me, I feel like, is that the reason the baby, went ahead and, let it come out, because it's a good song. Fuck Tory all day. Fuck him. But I was like,
I don't think that's why. I think the baby is an opportunist. And I think much of how he moves is opportunistic. And that's on him, that's fine. But when you look back and realize that, people not there when you need them, then, that's on you. Now, here's the thing. Tory is very talented. Okay. Like, I'm not telling nobody not to listen to his music either. Because I don't agree with that. I feel like I can dislike somebody personally and still like their music. But at the same time, I'm not checking for him, especially after what happened, how it was handled. What we don't know, but what we do know is you had remnants of gunpowder on your hands. It was your gun, and she got shot in the fucking foot. So that's enough for me to deduce that you probably shot that lady with your little bitty bitch ass. Because you was bitching out on whatever drugs you was on, having a moment, and you bitching like little short niggas can sometimes do. You bitched out and you shot her on some rah-rah shit. And it probably was an accident, but you probably pulled the gun to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even if it wasn't exactly how we think it is, you still put somebody in harm's way over some bullshit probably. And it shouldn't have happened. That's on God. He never took responsibility. He talks around it. He doesn't exactly blame her, but he allows for other people to insinuate that she's lying. And to me, that's even more fucked up. And then you sit up there talking about you love her. And then when we remember that they were actually fucking with one another back then. That's another thing not to forget. They were actually fucking with one another. So I'm fucking this dude and he shoots me in the fucking foot. Like, what? Like, that's crazy. So I just kind of feel like he can be talented. His music could be good. I'm not checking for him. And I don't really like the baby all that much neither. He got too many teeth in his mouth. And he is one of them like niggas that do good shit for people so he can record you and put it on his social media. And I don't like people like that.
His face is weird to me. I think his face reminds me of like a mask, but a pretty skin mask, and it's a little bit weird. But I like him as a rapper, the baby. I do. I like his cadence.
I like his face. I think he was low-key fine.
It's a pretty, but it's
Lucy.
Lucy.
No, I mean, I don't think he's an ugly guy either. I think he's a nice looking young man. I am concerned about his career though. I expected him to be further along for some reason. Like he's good, but I want to see him better. I don't know. I want to see at what point is he going to evolve in his music life. But that's really it about him. He's talented, handsome, may have a baby on the way. Good luck.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he's pretty good on his own, but I feel like his best work is with Meg, and I feel like that I'm looking at him like a Judas.
Not a
you are a Judas.
Not his best work being with Megan. Megan's best work may be with him.
No,
I think it's the opposite.
I don't agree at all that her best work is with him.
She gets very much feature female with him. But that's why I said his best work is with her. But she can hold her own. She does much better without him.
I think he could do
I think they do separately.
You say you think they're good separately?
Yeah, I think they're good together. Yes, but I also feel like the singles of the baby I've heard, I've liked. So I think he's good either way.
I only know that one about him fucking the babysitter. I don't know about none of his other music like that. Was that not him?
I think he had a song like that about him smashing the babysitter. Yes.
Fuck the babysitter. That's the only one that I can really think of, and I can think of the song that he has with her, the Crybaby song, and I don't really like that.
And then I think he got Cash It. I think that's another song that he has.
I like that.
They don't have a whole lot together, but their songs they're really good separately, like Jay Lee said, which makes them even better when they come together. But I still think he good without her. I think his best work is without Megan.
I ain't really checking for none of these niggas rap wise, to tell you the truth. All of them, none of them are doing anything to like make me pay attention to them above the girls. Like I'm even now paying attention to Dream Doll's ass, and I was hell bent on not paying attention to her. But her song with Erica Banks is a bop, and then her tryout song I like. So I like her tone of voice. She actually sounds like she rapping on the shit. Mm-hmm. So I'm paying more attention to the girls than I am the men, because the men I listen to are already seasoned. You know what I'm saying? Like I was looking for J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? I check for the older niggas. Like I'm not really checking for none of these younger niggas because they don't really impress me all that much, but the girls do. And I'm excited for Doja's album that's coming out on the 25th. Super duper excited.
I didn't mind.
I still have listened to her stuff.
Yeah,
the baby's album, Kirk. I actually like that one.
You like Kirk?
Yeah, I like that one.
Is his real name Kirk?
His dad.
Yeah.
Oh, his last name.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was something about his dad. But
his head is huge though. He might be fine, but that nigga head is huge, boy.
It is. He looked like the male Steve Madden models from the 90s.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. All right, I think we can move on to the next gossip chat.
Jesus.
So I think we all have touched on the Michael Costello stuff this week. I honestly feel like this drama about Michael Costello wouldn't be popping as much if so many, I guess, more talked about people hadn't commented on it. We had him getting into it with Chrissy Teigen, saying that he got to the point where he didn't want to live no more because she told him basically to go die because she felt like he was racist, right?
But is that what she said?
Yeah, she said something like racist people deserve to die and something like that.
It was about, they deserve to be in hell.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's what it was, to be in hell. That's why I wasn't too mad at Chrissy, okay? And people was coming at me like, are you serious? I wasn't too mad at Chrissy. Chrissy do be coming up in the blogs every now and then for the cyberbullying, but that's a whole other conversation. I touched on that before.
Yeah, this is different.
Yes, this is different. So he wanted to play victim last week. Then another person came out 5 or 6 years ago. A black woman had claimed that he called her the N-word and had gotten into a fight with her in the fabric store, right? Yes, he denied it. Shortly after that, Leona Lewis came out and accused him not of being racist, but of being somewhat of a bully towards her, making her kind of body shame herself. He didn't want to work with her. Then next, we saw even a statement from Fallon. But amongst all this, Eva Marcel decides to take the Terry Crews stand. She wants to stand by his side and support her good friend in all capital letters, like she said. She says, cancel someone. What'd she say? Where we go? Don't let a headline or an out of context message allow you to judge someone's intention as if we are a god. Furthermore, cancel someone as if they are not a person. Loyal 10 toes down, Michael, you're my baby. Eva, why are you taking this bullet for him? You should have sat there and ate your food. I don't think that this is a movie. Why?
She has way too many opportunities coming out. She has way too many projects coming out currently for her to take this type of stance because you're on BET Plus, bitch. You're BET Plus, bitch.
It's giving Sharon Osbourne a little bit, you know, like you out here trying to defend him and you're gonna mess around and get yourself probably messed up, because not only did these ladies come out, there was also a makeup artist named I think it was Jordan Liberty that called him out for like harassment in a sexual way and him throwing himself at the guy and sending him BICK pics and everything. So it's like, girl, and if he did it to this man, ain't no telling who else gonna come down the domino line, and you out here just standing in the front line trying to defend him. And I feel like she could have did that privately. She didn't have to once again do all of this in the public, and you gonna mess around and probably get yourself messed up.
He also, there's an actual tweet of him calling somebody a nigga.
Yep. It is. That's
he said something like, "I dress Beyonce." You're yes.
You definitely probably said. And then the police, like the police were called when he got into that fight with Maxie. She said that he actually walked up to her and said, "You're that black nigger bitch that tried to ruin my career." And then he snatched her cell phone out of her hand, threw it, and broke it. So when she whooped his ass, they called the police. And when the police came, the owner of the store, as well as everybody around, was able to go ahead and say that, yeah, he assaulted her first. He came up to her first. He called her the N-word, and he took and smashed her phone on the floor. And so it was like, okay, you could press charges or you cannot. But he can also ask for you to be arrested as well in a situation because you chose violence. So she was like, I have a fashion show in 2 days. I can't go to jail. So she let it go. But the only reason that she was let go was because he actually did assault her first by getting in her face and calling her the N-word and taking her phone out of her hand and smashing it. I was like, to me, he needs to be happy that she was the type to fight him herself, because I'm the type to say, okay, I'm gonna go call somebody for you, and then we'll see where you are tomorrow if anybody can find you.
Here's the other thing I want to point out about Eva. So Fallon and I think Liana, they were like coming up in the whole model game. You've been doing this since America's Next Top Model, so you've already had your claim to fame. So by the time he got on, of course, he's going to approach you much differently than he's approached other women, because you're a benefit for him in a different way. You're a stepping stone. So for her to sit up there and back him, girl, you could have just kept it private, in my opinion, because your experience is completely different from theirs.
I think Eva didn't have to speak up just in general. I think people are too quick to speak up to defend people while things are coming out, and you shoot yourself in the foot. I feel like even if no one else came out and said anything about him going there, Creasy was his cross to bear. But because he spoke out when he didn't have to, because at the end of the day, Creasy had already went through her bullying, and she admitted to being a troll. She'd already went through that. So I feel like him coming out to me was him wanting attention for whatever reason. And now you have had the backlash of that because you said about her, but now multiple people have came out about you. I watched his season of Project Runway. He was a mean dude. He was a typical, you know what I'm saying, guy who was like a little bit messy, whatever. And it doesn't mean he's a bad person in general, but you have fucked up ways. And it seems as if those fucked up ways have gotten you caught up. So Eva trying to defend him, to me, made no sense. Even if y'all friends, that ain't your fight. Like, there's sometimes to shut up, because how he treated you may not be how he treated other people. So do not defend him as if what they saying don't matter. That's what made me mad. I'm like, girl, let them people say he was an asshole, that he made them feel some kind of way.
I'm trying to see what was the logic. What was the benefit for Eva to cap for this man? Like, you never had to be playing you.
This is when I realized that Eva really does have color issues in a way that I didn't think she did. But when I look back on it, in Top Model, why was the white girl your best friend? I thought it's because you wanted to fuck her. But now I realize it might have been because you wanted to fuck her and because you like to liken yourself to white people or to lighter complexion, whatever. But you like have a little bit more of an affinity for them than you do for browner complected people. Because when you think about it, to me, it's coming from that standpoint. Didn't she just defend her comments about the nappy head comment? You know, she just defended herself about that shit. Yeah. And I just, you know, and then when you look at her husband, who's ultra light skinned, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, you're bohemian and all of that. but that doesn't always have to equal pro-black either. And so sometimes Eva, to me, comes off like somebody that only pretends to be pro-black and really lives in her life in a different way. You know what I'm saying? And her taking this moment to try and break up, dissect or invalidate these black women's experience of him is just stupid and pointless. And I don't understand it because it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anybody else's feelings about Michael Costello. To me, it sounds like he's already been canceled. It's already been hard for him to get work. I don't know what you thought you were doing. You just made yourself look bad, honey. Right. And you're the one with the opportunities to lose. I don't know what the fuck he has going on, but I know you have a show on BET Plus. Okay, where the black people be
I think she did. I don't think she did it based on race shit. I think Eva likes to just say shit. I think she likes to insert herself in shit. Black, white, or indifferent. I think she likes the attention she can get from it just overall. It was no reason for her to speak up, but she likes to do that because it makes her feel as if she's involved in something. And because supposed to view Michael in, but she does. But this is a big. I think her point. This is getting everybody's eyes right now. So like, let me jump up because she came to Sugar Housewives. Her new show ain't out yet. The fact that she was doing interviews about housewives and see that she was not on, she likes jumping in this shit because she don't have anything.
I know she likes
thing to do.
I'm just saying I still feel like it's a reflection of what's going on in the back of her mind. Not saying that it was about that, but saying that it's a reflection of something that I've been noticing over time. And I was trying to be like, we black girls, we say nappy head. It's not like, but when you come back to defend what we've already decided is not conducive to us being proud of who we are as black women, and you want to be pro and woke and all of that, and you get your ass up here and defend saying that the way, no, I think it's definitely something going on in the back of Eva's mind. But I get what you're saying. Like, you think she's just being messy, and I agree. But
not even messy. I think she likes inserting herself when she can. Because to be honest, how often would Eva have a chance to insert herself?
Every time something happens with Housewives.
That's my point. She does that in everything. I think because she knew him and because she was a model, probably model with clothes or whatever, she tried to defend him, but it made her look worse because each person's complaint was like not what he did per se, but how he made them feel, how he treated them. And I'm like, you can't say that he did that to you because you're his friend. So of course that's not your experience, but how he has made somebody else feel should be validated. And her as a model, because she's a model, you know how designers talk about women. And from watching Project Runway, the over the years, the designers have never liked dressing or making clothes for anybody more than a size 2 or 3 or 4. They have never liked having to style anybody on the show. So I can imagine him as a designer off the show. He also does not want to have to, alter his clothes to fit someone who may not be a size 6. She's a size 8. So I can see him doing that shit because that's what designers do. That's why most things are model sizes. So I'm like, I 100% believe he made people feel some kind of way.
And you answered my question, Daily. When I said, what does she have to benefit? That's what it is. You like attention. You like to be in the mix. And because you know this man, you were like, this is my end. Let me go ahead and defend this man. She was saying
an old photo. Let's post the old photo of us smiling and cheesing with my cousin Sherelle.
Old as hell. This is old.
That's before she had kids.
Yeah, sure.
That's her old nose.
Girl, that must be a next top model. Get the fuck out of here, girl. Yes. That was 07. Get out of here.
That's what I'm saying. Old is on the weed.
Even Michael Costello don't look like that no more.
No, he has a full beard now.
He looks much younger here.
He looks like a bitch. He probably is.
We'll move on from Eva.
He's giving a big vibe, just saying.
Last thing, Bonnie, you brought up a good point about Eva's choice of men. That's what I wanted to talk about too. I know she was with Kevin McCall, who is dark skinned, but he's also multiracial. And then remember when she had that reality TV show? That was the only time I seen her date a black man. The dude she was with was like,
she had a show.
Yeah, she had a show called Girls something LA. It was like her. It was her interior designer, the Blasian girl. I forgot her name. I think it was like Nicole something. It was old. It was one season. Oh. She was dating a dude on a show that was more portrayed like a gangster type dude. But that might have been a fetish. Like, Eva does not see herself in the same light as she sees other Black women. And the whole reason why she said she was leaving Real Housewives of Atlanta was to fight the fight with her husband. And I ain't seen her talk about nothing. Correct me if I'm missing something, but I haven't seen her talk about anything.
I've seen her talk about things, like, you know, legal things and stuff. I've seen her like involved, but I don't know how much she's actually involved. You know what I'm saying?
But I think she always said it was more of she did not want to be. Well, I think what she said was she did not want to be on the show at that time because it can get messy, and she did not want to be on a messy show during protesting and all that stuff, and she wanted to be able to focus on other energy. Stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was less about her saying I'm going to do all of this versus this show can be full of bullshit. I can do other things right now than be on the show because the show ended up having a lot of bullshit.
Y'all,
I mean, but that's what it always has been though. Like, it's a reality show. Like, what you thought?
I mixed up Kevin McCall and Tyson Bedford. So Kevin McCall is Black.
What? He also still looks.
I think He looks Black,
but I mixed him up with Tyson. Whatever. Y'all get the gist. Y'all know.
I mean, just because she's dated one dark-skinned man doesn't mean, and it probably reinforced her negative stereotypes of dark-skinned people to be with him in the first place, because that's been like the worst relationship of her life and all of that. And, he's this terrible man. And then she runs into the arms of, light skin or whatever. She's engaged to Lance Gross. She was engaged to Lance Gross. I forgot about that. But let me just say this. There are a whole bunch of women who, when it comes to men, that doesn't matter. When it comes to men, everybody loves a dark-skinned Black man. Dark-skinned Black men are the top of the totem pole for everybody. So to be clear, but when it comes to marrying somebody and creating her family and having her children and all of that with somebody, what did she choose?
But see, I don't want to put that notion on her because I don't know many people she's dated. So I don't want to put it on that she dated or she married the light skin. No, I mean for Eva. I don't want to because I don't know her dating here people besides Lance and Kevin. I don't know if she married Michael. Because of her head, she has a color issue. She could have liked that man because I don't know how many other people she dated over her life.
Absolutely.
One thing I can say is based on the way that she's been moving, I feel like she doesn't align herself with Black women as much. She's always the Black girl that can kind of see where the other side is coming from, and she doesn't realize that the reason why she liked that is because
you're not. So, what correlation are you making here?
Because I always see the other side of things too. I don't want to be
why, but it's not like not the other side of things. The other side of things. Okay.
Yeah, she's always seeing
the other things white perspective.
Mm.
Okay. In a way that a Black woman really should. And that's what I said when I went all the way back to America's Next Top Model. You aligned yourself with the white girl and then beefed out with the one other Black girl that you ended up being against. Okay. So let's take that. Now I was ignoring that. But she does make comments, and then this thing just really set me off because it's like in this culture at this time, as a Black woman, this is what they're complaining about. These tweets are out there. Even if you do know him, why would you choose to publicly speak out against, those women? Why would you do that? Those are women that look like you who have experienced things that you've experienced as a Black woman, whether you want to realize it or not. Because a lot of y'all love to act like y'all have never experienced racism. And the truth of the matter is you just didn't realize you were experiencing racism.
Or just didn't care because you like what it is.
I mean, the truth of the matter is racism can be happening to you when they redline you into a certain neighborhood, the schools you go to, the houses that you can buy, how much it costs. I mean, how much you can sell your house for when they come in to praise your shit. You may not know that somebody is reacting to you based off of you being Black because you don't know any better. That doesn't mean it isn't happening to you. So at the end of the day, I'm starting to look at Eva as someone who is not really for the people, but pretends to be. Mm-hmm. And that's problematic for me. Boho chic, braids, weed, Zen, yoga, naked shit, and all of that. Girl, bye.
Right. All right. Thank you, Fabi, for the Cash App. Now we will move on to our last gossip topic. And that is Lala and Carmelo Anthony. We know that they've been separated for a minute. Lala been like, who is that man for the past couple years? But rumors have come out that he has another, I think, twins. But text messages came out. His alleged baby mama posted text messages where she was asking him for money for their child's surgery, or the child was sick and he was messaging back. She was saying that it's a shame that she has to communicate with him that way for money. So she feels like she should go on child support. And he said, is that what you want to do? These are the alleged text messages that are from him. Are y'all?
See, I think it's weird when somebody, a text, you can't prove shit with a text. Anybody can put a phone number, the name, and the phone, and text me. She'll say, that's Carmelo. Did you see? Is it his voice? Is it his face? Can I see his penis? Like, how do we know that's really Carmelo? I feel like Lala and Carmelo separated, like I said, in 2017. They've been separated for these past 4 years. So even if he have newborn twins, that don't mean shit. Because he's legally married, yes. But they are living. They were saying that when Lala and Carmelo separated, they made a decision to slowly uncouple to help their son adjust to mom and dad separating. And I feel like that's a smart thing to do when you're first concerned with your child. If we can still live on two different coasts, we're rich and we're going to be traveling. Let's slowly make him be used to being with mom and being with dad. And we still live separate lives. We still legally married, yes. But you do you and I do me. We haven't really seen them together in a while either. So it's weird to me that this girl coming out as if she's saying he has 13-year-old twins who he's not fitting for. But it's new, like it's new kids. Like, so what? And I'm like, show me a bank receipt, show me a phone call, text. I need to hear a voice. You can't just say, look at these words, and that's Carmelo who won't give me money. I also feel like Carmelo is rich enough and have agents and all this shit. He would not be directly talking to him via text. Let's meet up.
I agree with you on the text message thing. The text thread, y'all want to go online and see, it's on Neighborhood Talk and the Shade Room. But the text thread just said Mello. So I agree. We can't prove that it was him. But these NBA dudes who be having side babies are so simple. I feel like he very much would be talking to her himself. Mm-hmm. The other thing that I have to disagree on is that I think that Carmelo and Lala were separated, but I think she started back entertaining him maybe a year ago, because when he first cheated on her, she didn't speak nothing on him. Then all of a sudden you posted a happy birthday and she was talking about how he was like a great father and how they were life partners and all this stuff. And that was the first notion that she had made to him in years since he had that first side baby on her. And it did, to me, it seemed like this was also, I think, right before or during the pandemic, where people were saying that they lived together for the whole time during the pandemic. So I think they were separated while she was doing her own thing, but she was also keeping him on the back burner if he learned his lesson and she was going to be there for him. So this was just her way of keeping everything private, so that in that way, if she decided to go back to him, she wouldn't be looking foolish. So now she's not looking foolish because she really didn't give us much intel as to whether she was really entertaining him or not. Mm-hmm. So I think this was the final straw.
I just don't put anything past Carmelo at this point, because it was already rumored. One of the reasons I believe they separated was that he had an outside child. And when you look at the images, the little girl does look just like him. But there's been, no proof to confirm that that is his child. So I just wouldn't put it past him. I mean, he could have those twins. I'm just wondering why the girl stayed so quiet for such a long time, for 13 years.
I think it's for receipts, though. Did y'all see the text that she showed? It wasn't even like, it was like she was saying that one of the twins was like sick and she was asking for some money. And I guess he had been paying her in cash. And she was saying how, well, you can't pay me this way or whatever. I shouldn't have, if I tell you that if one kid is sick, you should come and see what's going on or whatever. It was like a long conversation at all. It was like, a couple texts within like a day or so. But it wasn't like he's being a bad person. It seemed like it was more something happened. He was being dumb and not checking on these twins. But I feel like
is his current son? How old is his son with Lala?
I think he just turned he's a teenager. I know that because they just showed how he had a birthday party. I think. So I think he's like a teenager. He's like in high school.
Max. I think he's still young, a young teenager.
He's still like a young like face.
I thought they probably were
To
like
be clear,
age.
To be clear, this is Lee Daniels' niece, and she is beautiful. So you know what I'm saying, she looks like a baddie.
Well, these are two different stories.
Oh,
Lee
shit.
Daniels' niece is the woman who he's allegedly dating, not having a baby by. It's another woman who he has the twins.
Cayenne is going to be a freshman in high school. He just graduated from middle school. So whatever age,
13, 14.
You know what it seemed like? It seemed like they was waiting on her to file for divorce so that they can just spray him or some shit like that. Like it almost seemed like it couldn't wait to spray him. As soon as they announced it, everybody's like, I got a baby by this nigga and da 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 da. So, part of me kind of feels like it's probably true because I do believe that most basketball players, especially like Carmelo, are hoes. So it's not hard to believe that you could have a child or two kids. Wait, did she say he didn't do anything for the child at all, or was he doing something for the child and then he stopped?
She was saying how the money he was supposed to be paying her, she wanted to give it to her a different way, but she wasn't saying as if he wasn't giving her anything, just that it shouldn't be this hard for her to have to come to him if she needs money. And she was saying that you shouldn't keep paying me with cash. You should have me on child support so that way I can just get the money without having you, without you, we have to call it, I need $1,000 or whatever the amount was.
Right.
You should let me put you on child support. I think he like, fuck that, because that's millions. Because he's rich.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I definitely could believe it. Like, I don't think, who the fuck is trying to like out Carmelo if they don't really have a baby by him? Like, what he doing that we care like that? I'm just saying, like, normally when people are high profile, like current, Carmelo isn't exactly high profile current. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like people would just be out here lying about 13-year-olds. It does seem more reasonable that they were just waiting for him to not be with his wife in order to spray him with his information, especially if she's been waiting to say something because she's been like, nigga, I need this money and I want to put you on child support. Spraying them, I don't know what they think that does for them.
I'm a text message so I can say what it says.
It's not hard for me to believe because he's been a hoe this whole time. That nigga name is Carmelo.
Right, that sounds like a whole name.
So he gotta be a hoe.
Come on.
Right.
Still married.
Oh, goodness. All right. Now we move on to our next segment, and it is called
not body neck in the face.
I had to.
But first, they should like the video first though, because there's 600 of y'all in here. Okay, but only 274 likes.
Like, you better like, you better like this video, ho. You better like this video, ho. You better like this video. Thank you.
Somebody time mark that. Go back and time mark another one so we can actually record Bonnie doing it.
I know.
So our good Bonnie don't have to exhaust her efforts.
Every time.
All right. We are on to I Don't F With You, y'all. This is where we talk about crazy stuff that we done seen online. And it's like, do you F with it? Do you not? What do you think? Let's talk about it. So let me go ahead and prep and share this first video. All right, can y'all see the screen all right?
Did they take the graphic off?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So y'all can see the screen all right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so this first conversation is about Rico Love and his artist, Mia Ariana. Basically, the conversation goes, she's an upcoming rapper. She feels like if she releases an artistic sexual exhibition video, that her career will go further. This is what she had to say about it.
Number one, I'm not a club chaser. This is something I've always wanted to do. So, honestly, Rico, I don't really appreciate you keep calling this a sex tape. Like, I keep telling you over and over, this is my artistic expression. Like, I didn't ask you for permission. Like, I never asked you if I could do it. Like, this is, I've been going to do this. This is not something I asked you to do. And if I was a man, number one, this wouldn't even be a topic of conversation. This wouldn't even be an issue. Like,
a man wouldn't do this.
I don't even try to sit there and try to hang me out as a club chaser. Like, no, I filmed it already, and I had a great team that helped me put it together that I appreciate, and it's dropping Friday. That's just simple. And I'm not doing it with another person. I'm doing it with somebody I truly love. So, yeah. All right, since the cat's already up.
All right. So her part of the argument is that
play Rico's part too, so they can see what he said. That to me makes her look stupid. So I feel like she act like he said something crazy, and that ain't even what you know. What I'm saying he did.
She was mad. He called it a sex tape. I'm still laughing at that shit. That's what it is, bitch.
That's exactly what it is.
So I had a conversation with my artist Mia. It kind of broke my heart, man. Be totally honest and transparent with you. I feel like she on the right track. Audience is growing, Spotify numbers are going up, but she feels like it's not happening fast enough for her. So she said to me that she's gonna release a sexual artistic exhibition. In other words, she wants to release a sex tape. And I'm like, why? And she feels like it's a beautiful expression and a way to get people to pay attention to me more. And it's hurtful because we've been working so hard, and I hurt for her. And I feel like artists feel like they have to do so much, so many other things, instead of focusing on the gift and then focusing on the work. So she wants to release a sex tape, and I'm against that. A sex tape. Let's do music. Let's put out the music. But what do you do in this situation when she feels like the people aren't hearing? So I had a conversation with my artist.
Okay, so Rico Love, again, he feels like, what are you doing this for? You're an artist. You can work hard. You can get there. You basically trying to put out a sex tape. Mia Ariana, never heard of her. No shade, just haven't heard of her. She feels like it's an artistic exhibition, and basically she's trying to use this to get to the next level. One thing I will say is I feel like both of them may be using this for marketing. Or especially her, the way that she said it's dropping Friday was like, okay, this is a discussion, but at the same time, I feel like you're low-key trying to market this. Then she says, if it was a man, you wouldn't say that. Men don't drop sex tapes to come up in their career.
They don't.
What y'all think?
I don't think it's smart on her part. I think it's dumb. Yeah, dick pics all the time. I think it's the way that Rico explained it to me made sense. It's on the come up. You don't need to put out a sex tape. Even if you like express yourself that way, that's fine. But don't do that because what's the reason? And even if she likes having sex on film, that don't have shit to do with being a musical artist. It's like those are two separate things. And everybody like to fuck. Everyone likes sex. Okay, no one doesn't like sex. Okay, not even virgins. So it's like that's like saying I love painting. So instead of doing YouTube, I'm gonna be a painter. Okay, that's different. You can't make it seem as if I'm gonna drop this sex tape. Don't call it a sex tape, but I want to do that to exploit. I'm like, it's dumb to me. I don't know why she gonna do that.
I don't believe she's actually gonna do it. I think it's a ploy. But question: can you name a successful Black woman that has had a sex tape?
I was just about to say that, Bonnie. Literally, the only reason why people think that they can do that is because of Kim Kardashian, but she is not Black.
But see, I don't know what Black woman has like actually dropped a sex tape. Like
me, and it did nothing for her.
Oh,
she might make money off of it, but it wasn't a career move. Mimi from Love and Hip Hop.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. She's still.
I don't even call her. Yeah, I don't even look at her like that. But it's weird because I'm like, there's no reason for anyone to drop a sex tape. When Kim Kardashian did that, I think when Pamela Anderson, whatever, those are like, oh, it was leaked. I think in that time frame that was shocking. Sex is so openly acceptable and accessible to people now. Who cares? Now, Trey Songz' little snippet was like, what? Because it was synthetic. But I feel like anybody dropping a whole sex tape isn't that really, it's not that.
He's a creature from the Black Lagoon. That's why.
With that thing, okay? That thing be thinking. But it's like, sex is too easily accessible now. You couldn't really find porn like that, you know, when Kim Tape came out, and it was Kim and Ray J, and Ray J has a huge dick, so I feel like that was why that was so popular then. Yeah, but like now, if that tape dropped now, no one would really care that much. It'd be like, oh, for like a week, and then
Montana Fishburne actually became a porn star. There's a difference between becoming a porn star and releasing a sex tape.
Yeah, and hers wasn't that good. I saw it. It was weird.
Some people think they know how to fuck on camera and they really don't. Fucking on camera is not the same thing as having sex in real life, just so you know.
She was in a car.
If you ever recorded yourself fucking, you'll know. It's not what you think it looks like.
They say Vivica Fox. Yeah, my Lawrence Fishburne daughter sex tape was her banging some white dude in the car.
Ask him where he was.
Very awkward.
Oh, but that's the one that's a porn star. And Vivica Fox, when did she do this? And if she did, I feel like it wasn't for her career.
I don't believe that because I don't.
It was like because I had to do something to eat that week, and I got tricked. So I was like, I might as well. And then I knew I'd never do anything like that again.
This the one from Unicorn Beauty. We
right.
see Rachel went on Pornhub all the time. I don't know why we care.
You can find anything you like in these streets, okay? So like no one cares. Whatever she dropped, you can find more stuff on the sites.
I'm sorry. I was reading that comment. It wasn't a career move for Mimi because it did not escalate her career
at all.
See what I'm saying? Like we're talking about, have you done it and it escalated your career, not added a moment and then you still was in the same place you was before you did it.
It was a money grab for Mimi. That was it. It didn't do nothing to her career at all.
And it was a horrible execution. I think the promotion for it was amazing because the promotion was like, what? She on a shower ride? What's happening? And then when I watched it, I was like, this is so stupid.
I agree with Niecy. I think that this could be a ploy because, like she said, we don't know this young lady that's an artist. And when does Rico Love ever really make the blogs for real, for real? He's always under the comments, but he's never really doing anything drastic or whatever. And why did they even deem this as blog worthy for them to put it on there? I guess because they put Ari, G Herbo mom on, baby mom on there for every little thing. So they had to put this on there. So that's why I feel like, yeah, it could be a ploy. And it's ironic that your project is dropping on this Friday, so y'all did it now just to create some type of buzz.
Some attention.
So, yeah, and I bet you if it drops, it's probably going to be like artistic in some sense, but not actual like sexual. You know how like there may be like some exhibits of art where they may have people where they are in sex positions or something like that, but it's not full blown actual sex. So I wouldn't be surprised if I saw something where she was like alluding to that. But how many people actually gonna go check it out for real?
Nobody.
See, and
not us.
I hate.
Who is she?
That exactly. This is why I hate the blogs now, because I feel like anybody can pay to be put on there every 2 to 3 weeks. Like
it'd be aggravating.
How else do we know Ari and Jada and how else? Like it just don't make sense. They all came on at once, and I feel like that's definitely what this Mia Ariana girl is giving.
Even how they always posted Masika and Hazel E. I'm looking like, how do y'all know Masika posted a comment at 7:09 a.m. or at 3:09 a.m. or whatever? Like, how do y'all know this stuff? And I know that people working for them, but I'm like, I really feel like she like, you know what, Jason, I'm gonna post this comment on your post today. Make sure to see it and then screenshot it and then post it and then I'll clap back and it's the whole thing and it's all clicks and views. So I feel like I don't mind the game. I don't click on you or whatever, but I feel like they're not doing shit. Like I still don't know a difference between Ari, the Jada chick, all of them. I'm like,
okay,
they the same person.
I don't know the difference between Ari and Jada. Ari looks like softness, and her ass looks fake. Jada,
but what do they do though?
Oh, they don't do anything. They're just pretty.
Influencers.
Yeah, they're influencers. Like they're just pretty.
So yeah, and the Jada, she's a little bit more classier or whatever, because they had a picture together. And I don't even know. I can't even think of how Jada looks. I just know she's pretty and she looks well put together, and she doesn't try so hard.
Right.
Iris tries hard, and then Iris always like screaming at people about something, and I'm like, girl, you so glad people paying attention to you. That's why you on here screaming, because y'all keep coming for me, girl.
It's the one who said
her account suspended.
But she's the one who said that people need to. If I'm rich, and so I don't care about y'all because I'm rich. Is that her?
Yeah, that y'all think rich care about what y'all think about? Like, yes, the fuck y'all do, duh. That's how y'all rich.
Exactly. Or else we wouldn't be paying the shade room or retainer to keep reposting you every 2 weeks.
Girl.
Allegedly. I don't know
what we need to do? Do we need to pay the shade room, y'all? Is that what we need to do? Because we can do
that. We got the dollar. We can do that.
That's exactly what we need to do, apparently. Let's go ahead and start that.
Because we a whole show.
We are. You know, and I'm sure there are a couple of times we can do reels from like when me and Lyric made up, when we show our titties on here, sometimes Jay Lee, you know, like just little fun moments to get, you know, make them think we be both on here.
Right.
Okay, production.
All right, I'm gonna show y'all this next topic right here. I want to know what y'all think about tattoo edges.
First of all, yeah, play his voice.
Give it a little shot. Let's see how this works. Okay.
Because he was doing too much to me.
I thought he was entertaining.
I thought he was Middle Eastern, and I felt a way about the over dramatization and all of that. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, because you don't talk like that around your fucking mama and your daddy and them, I bet.
Hilarious.
But y'all always want to use our vernacular and our way of speech to sell some shit to us. But when it really come down to it, y'all be all lives matter. Fuck out of here.
He said, period.
I was happy when he figured out a spray bottle. I'm like, see, you got a spray bottle.
I was like, spray bottle. Upgrade. Do y'all sell that spray bottle? I bet. Stupid.
I think it's genius. I feel like
you saw it. You saw
I think it's genius.
What's up, Hole?
Yeah.
You saw that?
The period.
What's up, Hole? Like, yeah. See,
I think he know who he's selling to, though. I think, like, because he in the beauty supply store, the shirt say, you know, the name of the place or whatever. I feel like you have to. Y'all know me. I'm like promote. You got to put on the right shit for the right people. So I look at it like it's a business. So I'm like, he's smart. He's showing the hair behind him. The name of the store was on there. He has the edges for you to get. So I feel like I didn't take it like, you know, you being racist or not racist, you know, being whatever the voice.
That, but I just don't like
he was
when
like promoting
that. What they call it when they do that to us? That pandering shit.
Mm-hmm.
You muted me.
But who else gonna be in there buying edges?
Apparently,
people who say period.
No, but that makes me, okay, I'm with Bonnie on this one. I know that's not the point of the video. Okay, the point of the video is the edges. But the reason why I have to agree with Bonnie on this one is because I feel like they be making black people look clown as fuck when they be doing that. And it's like, who or why are you trying to play on our intelligence, making me feel like, oh, he want us. Oh, period.
Yes.
Let me go watch
Yes.
him. Just talk to me like a regular person. That's like when you go to work and a white person will girl you to death. Hey, girl,
Yeah.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Jill.
right.
I think he felt. I look. I ain't saying he right or wrong or indifferent. I just feel like for me, I'm like that's a promotional video of his store. And people who buy edges is gonna come in saying period. And he like, you know what? Let me do what I think they do. I don't wear edges. So I don't know. So I may not be the demographic.
Exactly. And you know, most of us ain't about to have. You just said don't be tattooing your edges on. You just said that. So for you to sit up here and defend him,
no. I'm not defending him. What I'm saying. I did say that.
You did. You ain't defending. I'm like, but you just said.
No, what I feel like
we was talking about. We were talking about something else, and you was like,
don't do that. They at all. But I feel like when I first saw the video, I'm like, oh, it's promotion. I'm like, I see the hair, it's the edges. He owns the beauty supply, and I'm like, the only people I see buying sticker edges is people who say period.
Oh,
and I'm like,
I get what you're saying, Jamie.
Like
I say period all the time. I say period all the time, and my edges are real, honey.
Right, but so you wouldn't go buy no because you have edges. But people who don't have edges sometimes will go and buy them, and they go, "Girl, period." That's what they're gonna do. So I don't think he was right, wrong, or indifferent, but I get the reason he did it because I want to promote these edges. Because white people ain't gonna buy them edges because they don't.
I bet you could promote to us without talking to us like that. I really do think it's really caricature-y. It's minstrel showy. It's like yowza, let me act like a nigga so I can sell them some fake edges. Like I'm spending money with these niggas.
No, you know white girls. But there's some white girls who talk. We've seen white girls who talk
and they
like
doing
that
the same thing, appropriating the shit out of us while trying to make us look ignorant.
Like, but is he wrong for trying to promote his store? And
I didn't say he was wrong for promoting it. I said he was wrong for the way he's promoting it. He could have promoted it. He didn't have to do all of that. He could have been like, "All right, y'all ain't got no edges. I got edges for y'all," and could have straight up put that shit spritz.
But how do we know that he ain't white boy? I was raised with white people in our hood. They talk like us. We had white boys.
I understand that too, but that's not
know that ain't him.
That's not what Middle Eastern people do. That look like one of that.
I know.
He look like he worked with the brothers. Okay. Like y'all don't live down here, so y'all know my brothers. But brothers,
like, so
you know my brothers.
But okay. So does that mean that you're looking at him and are you assigning him to something that you think he is without knowing him? Because you don't want him to say, "Well, we act this way." So can you look at him and then say, "Well, you must be this"? Well, he can really be white boy Jason from the hood, and we just don't know.
I know about these hair stores. I know about these hair stores and who owned them and why he has all that hair behind him and why he's the one with new edges.
But no, that's the thing. You are putting something on someone based on your stuff, not knowing he can really be. No. You said you know people like that. You know what I'm saying? Who own right. So how do we know that he does not, you know what I'm saying, that? Because I know people like that.
I promise you, when he go around his mama and his daddy, that is probably 100% whatever his ethnicity is, he's not talking like that around them. I bet you any money.
I'm gonna go to that man's store. I'm gonna buy some edges. Period. I'm coming with some drawn on edges. I'm gonna marry him.
This is what Jamie did when she said earlier in the show. Well, I see the other side of things.
I do, because y'all know I be like, well, what if? But what if?
But that's because she's always on money. And I need her to get out of business mode for a second. There's a black lady that know good and goddamn well that people have been pandering to us in this same way for years.
I completely agree with that. I'm not saying that's wrong, but y'all, I'm like business, so I'm looking like he's be selling it though. So I'm not saying that y'all wrong. I'm not saying he's not doing that. I just look at it as a commercial. So that's what my head went.
Cecilia Hutchinson, sweetheart. Let me tell you something. You must don't know me. This does not upset me, but it looks the way it looks to me. Okay, I'm not trying to be upset about anything. Some of y'all take things that are very offensive to smart black people as a joke. You think it's funny, but you don't realize they're laughing at you and not with you. And if some of y'all was smart enough to realize that, then you wouldn't be looking at me like I'm trying to be mad at something, because y'all thought that shit was funny when that doctor had the gold chains in the liquor. I grew up in the fucking 90s. I watched sketch shows when they showed us how white people do this to us. Okay, so please miss me with the bullshit. Okay, they very much do this type of shit all the time. And it doesn't upset me, but I'm going to clock it when I see it, sweetheart. I'm not missing any sleep. Okay.
And I think what y'all have to realize is we're not here for y'all to agree with us. We're giving our opinion. So you can't make it seem as if we wrong for feeling how we feel. So I need y'all newbies to cut that bullshit out.
Be upset.
You know, calm it on down. Now calm it on down. Like we all feel a way. It's fine, but you're not gonna come up on the screen. Don't do that. Don't make go left. I told y'all.
By saying that to me, she was gonna be more your friend than mine, bitch.
What's wrong with you?
Okay? That's what y'all be thinking. Y'all be in the comments like, I'm about to choose Jay Lee's side in this argument. It's gonna make Brittany mad. It's gonna make Bondi mad. And Bondi be like, bitch,
and when you make Bondi mad over the phone later. You make anybody mad on here, we all get mad on here. You can't do it. You can't come for one. You can't do that. Okay, y'all start interview with school with, oh, they were so nice and kind. Bitch, look, we come and we give our opinions. Okay. We was real quiet on that thing, asking questions. Okay, don't confuse what the fuck we do, who the fuck we are. We rock with each other. So don't come for Bonnie, Jamie, Nisi, or myself. We'll come
Somebody just said it. We gotta stop laughing when they being disrespectful. That is what I am saying.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
And I feel like this whole, I'm sorry, y'all, but social media generation is very simple-minded, and y'all don't understand a lot of. You can be as educated as you want to, ma'am, but if you thought that shit was not what it was, hey, schoolboy. Hey, boo.
I think people watched that and saw us being like doing an interview, and they hadn't seen the actual.
She said
panel.
she's not new. She said she is a fan and she is educated. She is not new. That's what she told us.
Well, don't come for Bonnie.
I'll be checking. But what we're not gonna do is act like these subtle nuances don't happen all the time. Like
they do. They absolutely do.
Come on, bro.
But again, we're not gonna always agree, and we can't sit up and act like, you know what I'm saying. No, it's like, but it's fine though. But don't fuck with Bonnie or Nisi or Jamie, because
or Jay Lee.
I agree with both of you guys. I think y'all both have a point. But for me, I just think the edge thing is trash. Like, I mean, like, you really can't enjoy yourself. Like, what if you go on a party and you having a great time and you come out and it's raining? It's like, ma'am, your edges are sliding down your face.
What if you sweated during the party?
Exactly.
I think they could keep those edges on. Have y'all seen the way that these girls will bake their faces? They do the milk of magnesia, then they do the makeup, then you before you do the makeup, if you really want your makeup to sit, milk of magnesia. Then after that, the setting powder underneath the foundation. Then the foundation. Yes. So, okay, I will say, for people who are completely bald, this might be a method. Okay? If they find a way.
The edges for bald people?
Well, I'm speaking on people with like alopecia or something like that. I'm not speaking on
just the edges though. Like you need this part too. You know.
Well, no, that's the thing. That's the thing. Have y'all seen people do ponytails with the closures now? People will take 360 closures and get ponytails installed, but they don't have the edges. So you could.
So people be on bullshit.
Yes, they be faking it till they're making it. When I say squeezing a lemon, what you call it, whatever, making the most out of it.
Make a turnip out of a lemon or something like that.
Yes, that's exactly what they're doing.
I love the headband. Those are cute. I like the headband waves, but it's too hot. That's my whole thing. When she started talking about how they do their faces, I'm like, it's too fucking hot. Like that shit would be on my shirt by the end of the
exactly. And it don't match your actual head. I don't even want to wrap my hair.
Sometimes I like doing this. I just like being like, oh God, because it's gonna be a long day. It's like I do that so often at work. Like I'm like, oh God, like I have to be able to rub my face.
I gotta reapply this shit in the bathroom.
Yeah, it's like
in the bathroom first hour.
Your whole face gonna melt off in the heat. Like it's gonna be 90 degrees tomorrow here in Detroit. So like it's too hot to be having your face like I think makeup is fine. Edges is fine if you want to add whatever. But I feel like there should be a limit. Like
that.
So when they say I sweat my edges out, literally.
Okay.
Like even like the tattoo eyebrows, the microblading, I don't want that because I feel like it's gonna fade eventually, and I don't want to keep get my eye. Who wants to keep getting their eyebrows tattooed every 2 years?
And here's another thing. This is a little tip.
I like it. I got my eyebrows tattooed.
I get it hurt.
No,
I got brow shading too.
Yeah,
you got microblading or you got the
shading, micro shading.
Yeah.
Okay.
The microblading stuff where they,
yeah,
that needs to hurt. What it felt like? Go back and record it. Go on the past, record it, and post it.
It doesn't feel like they numb you. It just feels like somebody's taking like their nail and doing it.
Something like
it feels like somebody's taking their nail and just doing that. It's not
really.
I get plucked and then I get or waxed, but it just depends because y'all know I did Accutane, and sometimes when I wax on that part of my eye, it'll take all the skin off, so I stop waxing. I just get plucked, and then my eyebrows have a natural arch, so I just get henna brow, and it stays for like a month or so. Y'all be seeing me when it be like up, and then a day go by.
So but see, I have thin brows though.
About the edges, this is what I want the girls to know, because I feel like the girls don't know this because, you know, I don't know who your mamas was, and maybe they wasn't, you know, in the 90s, like when we was in the 90s, but hard hairstyles break your hair off. So if you think you about to like harden your edges on every day and you gonna keep those edges, you won't. So that's what I want you girls to become a little bit more comfortable with. Be more comfortable with the edges of your hair being curly but not laid. Because y'all be up there with that hard ass toothbrush for I don't know how long, carving into your weak edges, and then when their ass is not there no more, you gonna be sad. So give your edges a break, bitch. Don't go that hard on that. Look like natural edges right there. Look like the natural hair that came out the braid. And swoop, swoop. Okay, that's it. All my baby hair is natural.
See, Niecy edges is fine. It be the other way, like it be
because they be want to do all that extra shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, we don't need all that.
James, bitch, you are not Jada Pinkett. You are not. You don't have the hair type to get the extra swirl, bitch.
Right.
Let it go.
Honor your hair type. Honor your hair type.
Okay.
Y'all, let's move on to this next topic. The next
we can keep going.
I know we can. We definitely can. But this next topic is definitely going to be another one that may get us into another heated conversation.
Okay. Well, enjoy us arguing.
Okay, so woman shares video of a man's reaction after she and her friends allegedly rejected his advances, claimed he pulled a gun out of his car.
Mm.
You got a gang thing?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
What the?
Okay. So
triggered.
Yes, definitely would have put a trigger warning before that if I knew that I was going to hear those sounds. So, mods, please time mark that. Go ahead, comment trigger warning for the people who will be watching this on the playback. But that's what we call fragile masculinity. It's a damn shame. I feel like we talked about it before. It's a damn shame that women have to be afraid to reject. Because you never know
people in general. Because I just seen somebody put up how even in the gay code how gay men have to sometimes worry about being rejected too. I think just men who feel like they can't be rejected be on bullshit. Nobody should feel like I have to talk to you. Like that's I don't get how anyone feel like if I like her, she or he has to talk to me, and if they don't, I have the right to be on some fuck shit. I feel like that's why people gonna fuck around and get killed. Because coming at me, I'm gonna kill you. If you got your gun, I'll pull out mine. And I think it's just crazy that he was talking to her. You don't even know her. Like, what made you feel like it was your job to force her to feel uncomfortable? I don't get that. It's like it's hard because when guys try to talk to you, you can't get the wrong number. Because the cell phones, they can then call you on the spot and then say, this ain't your number. Back then, they can give a fake number and never see them again. So it's weird that we now live in a space to where we don't have any safety because it's too much access with social media, with cell phones, cameras, or whatever. And men don't get you trying to protect us. And me not wanting to talk to you don't have shit to do with you. I just don't want to talk to you.
Right.
Going about the business.
I agree. I think that's very unfortunate. I think I told y'all about a story that happened like that similar back in my hometown, and a girl was actually shot in her face over something like that. Like, I don't understand. If the answer is no, like, it's no. Like, if it's no, it's no. Like, what's going on with you that day that you had to take it to that extreme to get disrespectful with this lady and her friends, throw up gang signs, put your hand in their face like you about to beat their ass? And I'm like, was it no men around? Was there nobody else around that could have stepped into this situation and calmed this man down and sent him on his way?
And it's sad because it feels like
that's wild.
When you with a group of women, you feel like, okay, we together, we good. But it's like now that ain't even safe because she was with people too who it felt like they were also scared too. So it wasn't even just her. Y'all at a restaurant. Like, where the fucking waiter at? Like, where's the fucking maitre d'? Where is the manager? Like, where is someone who see he on some bullshit? It's just crazy that men really feel like, you know, because I don't. Yeah.
Like,
I don't get that.
Yeah, that's very dangerous, very scary. And as women, it sucks because it's like, what do you do to protect yourself? Do you just submit? But then if you submit and give your phone number out or even act like you're interested in somebody, you could still be dealing with somebody that's crazy as hell and that can still handle it the wrong way. So I advise women to see this thing. I always be feeling like, you know what, I should be carrying. I'm in Texas. Ain't no reason for me not to really have a gun when I could carry because situations like that could pop off. But then the other part of me is like, what'd you say, Bonnie?
I said that's how I feel ever since I got my Jeep. Like, if you think you're gonna roll up on me,
right? But then the flip side of it is I'll be like, damn, I'm black and I don't want to be carrying a gun around. You know, it sucks. Double-edged sword. But I feel like, yes, get pepper spray, get a taser, do something. Don't go anywhere alone. It's just.
Oh, I got that.
I have both.
I'm waiting on him to give me a taser.
My taser right here.
Oh, I have a gun. I don't like bring it with me every time I leave the house. But we have like several guns. We keep guns.
Yeah,
because I think, old girl. I feel like if you were around somebody and they make you feel unsafe, I think you have the right to protect yourself. I wish she had a gun or whatever, and she could. Because my thing is, once you're in my space and I say move, you don't leave. Okay, whatever happens, happens. If I shoot you, if I stun gun you, I told you to move and you didn't. And the fact that you had it on video and he seemed aggressive, she could have tased him and shot him. And I think, or I wish, or I hope she would not get into any trouble.
That's the one time that shit should stand. You know what I'm saying? Shit should work. That makes sense. Because the truth of the matter is, you guys, that's the reason why. And I say this like Southern women, like the way we handle things. Like I've seen girls pop off to niggas in the street. I've never been like that. I always, all right, okay, you know what I'm saying? I smile and I do my best. That's all right. And you know, my ring, I don't have it on right now, but I'll flash my ring or whatever. But I make sure to not be like, oh, get the fuck. Like I've never been like that because I've had it cost me just for ignoring them. Like it's specifically in Atlanta more so than home for some reason. But in Atlanta, they don't know how to out there. They'll follow you down the fucking street and all of that. At least it's how that's how it was back in the day. Out here, I feel like I've never been treated like that per se. But I'm usually around people I know more so. But yeah, like I always have. All right.
I was in New York, and somebody tried to hand me a mixtape. And I was walking by real quick. Yes, the actual CD, y'all. This was like 2000. This was 2017. An actual CD. So I'm walking down the street. He says, "Here, take my mixtape." But at this point, I was already past him. So I was like, "No, thank you. Have a good day." And I kept walking. So he walks after me and says something like, "Bitch, fuck you, something you don't know about me." Do you know? I continued to take off walking. Walked all the way back to my hotel, and I was on a school trip. I was there with one of my best friends, but it wasn't no dudes around us. I went back to my hotel. I was so upset. I started crying because I literally did not know what this man was going to do. And it made me think like, wow, over a mixtape, and wow, I didn't feel like I had anybody here to protect me. I'm in a whole nother state. And I had never experienced anything like that ever in my life. And as soon as that happened, I was like, I'm ready to go back home. Take me back to Texas.
Like here in Detroit, it's different. Like here in Detroit, when you go in places or whatever, we walk like don't fuck with us. Like we have a instant guard up because guys be that way or whatever. So usually you walking so fast and with a face and whatever. Some people don't fuck with you. You have dudes who do, and you know what I'm saying, you just keep walking or whatever. But like it's happening here, but dudes here don't be so aggressive about things. They'll cut you out as you walking away, but they don't really approach because you don't know, because you can approach a female and she will beat your ass. So like it's different here. It still happens here, but it's still different too.
I can't recall a time that I was like cussed out. I really can, but I mean, I've always been nice for the most part, like Bondi, like, you know, I'm in a relationship or something like that, or no thank you. But I've always seen the experience on other people, like what they how men have responded to them. But thank God I don't recall having to cross those type of guys. And then sometimes I just feel the vibe sometimes, and I'm just like, oh yeah, sure, I'll give you my number. And then because you know they like to stand right there with you. I'm gonna call you right now.
Yes.
You got it, sure, do that. And as soon as I leave that venue, you're blocked. And that's period. So I do what I need to do in a moment and then move on.
Yeah.
I ain't got my phone on me. My phone's somewhere else. Go ahead, call it. Leave a message. What's your name? I don't know.
Google phone. Google phone. I got a vacation. Best believe that.
But see, I have 2 phones, so sometimes for me, I'll give a other number because one phone I don't get calls on. Like it's my business line or whatever. So like I don't leave a message all the way.
Dudes are weird. Sometimes they'll prefer your social media over your phone number, and that's too much.
You're too young for me at that point.
What's your IG? What's your Twitter? I'm like, bitch, what?
No.
I need you to ask for the number.
Thank you for the super chat, Ebony. She says that's the norm for New York City, especially they mix CDs. That happens every day. They walk up to your car and everything.
I drive with the window up. Girl.
Only homeless people do that around my way.
Still making mixtapes in 2021.
Still being made.
They ain't got no jobs.
You know, sometimes you'd be like, don't give up on your dreams ever. And then sometimes you'd be like, nigga, give up on that dream. Go ahead, get out of my face.
Let it go.
No. All right, we're gonna move on to the last I don't F with you. The last one is a conversation. So a Florida woman, y'all, that's the only 2 words y'all need to hear. Florida woman.
Maybe Florida people.
Florida woman arrested after beating girlfriend who talked in her sleep about an ex. Crazy, okay? But what I wanted to do is have a more so lighthearted conversation about what are some of them pet peeves that y'all can just not deal with in a relationship. So for this woman, I guess it was jealousy and a woman talking in her sleep. For me, my pet peeve in a relationship, and I'm definitely calling out my fiance right now. When you hop out the shower, dry your feet. Do not step onto the carpet with 50% wet feet, and then I take my dry feet on the carpet and step on it. That stuff, I get chills all throughout my body. Why is my carpet wet?
I have a couple of different things that just aggravates me because I'm nitpicky or whatever, but I hate when they text and it's the abbreviated words that aggravates. I will stop talking to somebody if you text me too much and it's not real words. So that aggravates me. I also hate when he don't put the towel like on the towel rack. It's like it's a towel rack for a reason. Like why the towel on the counter, why the towel on the bed, why the towel on the dresser. Like no, put the fucking towel on the fucking towel rack, and it makes me mad. I feel like where you put it, it makes it wet. And then it's like, I'm wondering, why is it wetness on something? And I touch it, and I'm wondering, you know, why I don't like that. I can't, it's weird. See, I really hate that he does that.
For me, there's so many things, but let's see. Because I'm a finicky person as it is. I don't like a lot of people. I'm not attracted to a lot of people. Like, you could think you my type, and I'll still not be attracted to you. So, I'm gonna say my pet peeve is trifling people, and I'm also calling my husband out. Stab, stab, stab. I love him, but I can't stand trifling shit. Like I have places for damn near everything, and he will still find a way to not put it where it's supposed to be. And then when I'm looking for it, I can't find it, and I'm literally like, I would stab this nigga right now if I didn't love him. Because how many times are you gonna put this in the wrong place? You know what I'm saying? So I hate that. And let's see what else. That rug thing is aggravating. I'm not even gonna lie. It is.
That's the number one thing for me.
The rug being wet.
Yes. Why is my rug wet?
Wait. You mean the rug in the bathroom or the rug in the hall? Like once you come out the bathroom, the carpet. Because I feel like the bath towel is supposed to be wet.
I don't shower second because I don't want to step onto a wet rug for one. I have to go first, or I have to let the rug dry so that way I can step on it.
Even though I don't lose my mind about it, I actually don't like that either. And that's why I understand exactly where you're coming from. I hate it. But it's also like, You know, we just got out the shower. Like, what are you gonna do? But
yeah, I'm like, what they supposed to do?
Yeah, because we shower together. So like we usually shower together. So he can't dry himself off before he gets out of the shower because I'm still in it usually because I'm the long shower person usually. But yeah,
that's a good one.
I hate that too.
I hate that.
Bruh, he literally has to know now. Don't even come in here with the clothes on. Take the clothes off in a damn garage and then come in here.
Yep, I'll be like, you wearing them pandemic clothes in here?
Trying to clothes out of here. Ugh.
What you trying to kill me, nigga?
Oh my goodness.
The outside air should not be in the room. It's like I don't wear shoes at my front door, and I don't wear my the reason when I get home when I come on camera, I throw on the same shirt because I'm like I have to take my clothes. It's outside clothes, so outside clothes can't really be on around here because it might be a bug, it could be a bee, it could be a scorpion, it could be I don't know. Leave it over there.
Bad energy. All right, y'all. So now we get into the conversation on the verses. Just aired
not the books.
That's why I'm looking for that whole outfit.
Y'all, I could not find a good outfit picture of Eve anywhere, but I found countless pictures of Trina and Trina's outfit. So, Bonnie, you muted.
I was just saying that's probably because, Eve was in London and it was 3 a.m. her time. So they probably didn't have a lot of people. And plus I think their pandemic restrictions are really tight right now. So I think that's probably why she didn't have anybody there, like really doing her shit like that. But, in Miami, everybody was free flowing and walking around like it's normal life. So,
yeah.
Okay, that explains a lot. So let's start out with the outfits. Let's talk about Trina's outfit first.
Trina looked like a pumpkin. I'm dead.
So a lot of people were speculating on if Trina was pregnant because
all of y'all are anti-woman.
The parents were not okay. See, I have to disagree.
Yeah, because I think she's pregnant.
I don't think she is pregnant, but I don't think that the parents helped her look not pregnant. And I don't know. It just wasn't. It was ill-fitting. Oh, well, it was ill-fitting.
I'm just joking. I don't think you're like anti-woman or anything, but I'm just saying.
It's not. Why the comments that somebody can have a gut? It's not that. This is my thing when I saw it last time. It wasn't that she had a gut. There's a difference between somebody who gained weight and they get a little bit fluffier versus a pregnant person's belly. A pregnant person's belly is kind of hard. It's usually circular. Like it looks different.
It was hard.
How she it looked like a hardness.
It was the pants. It looked like those are like leather vinyl pants. They create a bigger, like a harder, when they don't fit right, the gaps and all of that be all like
that's what's done. Like
it was her stylist. Her stylist should have helped with that.
That was weird. I feel like they had enough time to pick her
outfit. She should have had on undergarments to help with that. In all honesty, it was just a little pooch. I've seen her have that little pooch before, and I think it's just the big butt girl pooch. Like it only be in that one little area. Bitch stomach be all tight on top. But if you got a big ass, a natural big ass, a lot of the time that fat also goes around your like small, your what they call the fupa. That area, you always have a little bit extra fat right there. So I just kind of feel like Trina's older now. She just got a little bit extra fat right there now. And it's been there. But
she looked good regardless.
She looked good. I thought she looked good. I just didn't like the fact that people always, like if you got a little bit of fat or you don't look in your clothes like you might normally look to them, you're pregnant. And people do that to me all the time and that be on my nerves. But I just want to say right off when she got off stage, she was like, give me a drink and a joint. You know what I'm saying? In a blunt.
Yeah, when she did that, I was like, she's not pregnant.
Yeah.
But for the first hour, I thought she was.
I thought her top was so big and her pants were big that when she stuffed them down, because at first I thought she was pregnant too. I was really excited until the end. But I think it was her top. She kind of tucked it into her outfit, and that probably helped shape her stomach to look even more.
Probably, because that is a baggy, a blouse. I like the blouse. And I actually like the color. Yeah. Because I think it was like Miami hot, kind of colors or whatever. But the pants just were ill-fitting. I also liked her shoes.
I like each piece separately. I didn't like it all together. Like I think I said before, like if she would have tied the shirt up around a little bit, could have been better, but the shirt tucked in looked weird. The pant looked weird. It was cute, but not fitted right. But I feel like for Eve, I think Eve looked great because Eve looked more simple.
Oh, these green or blue? Because they look blue on the
teal type.
They look green on screen.
Like teal shimmery.
I love them though. Yeah. Those were like the main thing for me. I love the fact that it was like an all black with those like really sparkly boots.
I love the leotard. Eve came real simple but still chic. I felt like she's like, you know what? I'm not gonna be there. I want to look good, show off my body, and because she lives in London, I think her fashion has changed. So that's like London chic is what she came in. Not that she look bad, because she look good too. But I prefer Eve look based on the boots, but I love Trina's look based on her shoes too. But I would have picked Eve over Trina's outfit.
And Mike Bondy said when we was talking about it yesterday, the wigs were laid. Both of them
they were
beautiful. Both of them looked good. Oh my gosh, the wigs were laid. And then Trina was wearing a black designer. Trina was wearing Laquan Smith.
Oh, was she? Like
yeah,
I think
that
if Trina had them pants in a better size that fit her body, the look would have been amazing. But because the shirt was a little bit loose, the pants were a little bit loose, like the shoes were great too. Trina looked great, but I still felt like what she had on was not tailored for her body. Eve's outfit and boots was tailored for her body. Like nothing was loose on Eve except the little, the floor.
I do feel like we're nitpicking at this point because when I saw them first, like when I first saw them on camera before it cleared up and you could really see all this shit, I thought they looked great. Both of them. I like, oh damn, Trina looks really good. Oh damn, Eve looks really good. Like all I could see was the hair blowing in the wind. So, I don't want to make the conversation like all about that because I really do think they both looked really great last night. Like, you need some old hoes. They look good.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on that for sure.
Yeah.
Because everybody ain't doing it. Encore.
As far as performances, what did y'all think? I didn't realize how many songs I knew. Because at first I was like, dang, Eve and Trina gonna be interesting because I felt like I knew more Trina songs than Eve. But it was definitely a fun concert. I liked the visuals, the back and forth. It was cute.
I think it was good, but I just didn't think they should have went up against each other. I think Eve is too lyrical for Trina, but it was good because they both had songs that I enjoyed. I think I would have enjoyed it even more if Trina would have went up against Kaya or something because it would have gave a particular sound the entire time. Like they had similar sounds.
It would have been a fight.
But
no. I'm gonna say no because Kaya ain't got no damn music.
Good night.
Got one CD.
She don't.
Would have been good. They would have had 10 rounds versus 20.
That would have been dope. But I feel like Eve left a lot of her songs off because I think I think Eve did not want to beat Trina. I think she wanted to just have them both celebrate. I feel like that's why Eve did not play songs that she could have played that, could have made her like win hands down. She made it even.
She really didn't do some of the songs that she could have done that would have made it a fairer fight as far as I'm concerned. Like Trina was heavy hitting. Trina was doing her hits and her best features. I felt like Eve was doing like the radio hits, like her pop crossover hits. And she was doing like, Love is Blind. You can't not do that. You can't not do What Y'all Want. Those were like her number ones and shit. But her feature choices weren't the best to me. Like she could have done better there. Like there were so many songs.
I think she did that. I think Eve felt like I could murder Trina musically based on her songs. I felt like Trina knew I have to do my hits because songs that may not have been hits won't hit right in the versus battle. I think they both play their hands well. Trina knew to play her hit records, and Eve knew let me not do too much to make it seem uneven. Let's both have be a celebration.
I felt like she should have hit that shit as hard as she possibly could, especially because she didn't have Trina's stage presence. Trina's stage presence, because she had people in the room with her, was incredible. She was on 10 the whole time. Like she was in it and she was feeling it in a way that you could tell Eve was uncomfortable because she was by herself there with just a DJ.
Saying that too.
She felt the way that she wasn't a part of the energy that was happening. So I feel like that was the reason to me why Trina did better in the verses, even though, it's not really a battle, but I think that's why she should have hit harder with the song choices because her stage presence suffered because, of the circumstances.
Thank you for the chat, Ebony. Ebony says the performance was good. I'm mad Eve didn't do you, me, and she, and you had me, you lost me. Kaya could never go against Trina, not enough hits, as we agreed.
I also feel like Eve would not have been able to get people to come there and perform with her because she's in London. So I do think it was unfair. Even the fact that Eve's feed was so grainy for like the first 40 minutes. Like you couldn't really see her until like the second half of it. To whereas Trina's screen was completely clear the whole time. Right. Not like how they kept having when they would go to Eve's performance, they kept putting Trina up on the screen, blocking Eve. You couldn't really see all of her because they kept having Trina up. I feel like the same way they had Eve on a TV screen next to her. Do the same for that. Like, don't keep putting up Trina while Eve performing because then you block her off. I didn't like that.
Now, I also said in my review earlier that I also would have been okay with if it was little Kim that she went up against because Nicki Minaj will never give Kim a versus. So I feel like when
she really shouldn't be trying to do that.
Stuff, when that came out, it was in the 90s when Trina first came on the rise. So that was around the time of Lil' Kim. So I feel like they could have really got some things together. But who would have went up against Eve because nobody else was really like who else?
To me, they were perfectly matched, and that's coming from a person that like I was coming into it as they were coming into it as artists. So like I was there for the first albums and the videos, you know, the baddest bitch playing over and over again on the box and Love Is Blind playing over and over again and them adding Fate to it and me still liking Eve singing on it better. And I didn't even understand why. You know, it just, to me, they were perfect. That was the because they were the two that was really like going at it at that time period. They really had their own step.
I feel like they were like two different type of styles though. So they were like
they were.
Arenas.
They were.
So
it was two different arenas because they were the only female rappers that were really popping at that time. So that's the only reason why I'm saying like that's why people always reference Kim and Foxy because they were actually, you know, going at each other at that time. The only problem, and y'all don't want to admit this, somebody wanted to argue with me about this. Oh, Foxy had 2 platinum albums. She could have had, bless you, she could have had 2 platinum albums. Kim has had probably more. Kim has also been around longer, has consistently made music, and still had hits years after Foxy went deaf. So it just kind of feel like that would not be an equal battle. I feel like the ultimate versus battle would really be Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj. Mother,
she'll never give. She might as well go against Drake. She'll never give Kim.
But somebody had a great question. They asked, should they have a location of a verse that's neutral? I do feel like the fact that Trina was in Miami wasn't fair because that's her city. And so I feel like of course she's gonna turn up. So I do think they need to pick a location. They need to pick a location for that's not either person's city. Because that way nobody has the upper hand. They have more like in Atlanta when they had Escape versus SWV. People from Atlanta was there for Escape. They from there. So I think it's different. Also, even with Lil' Kim versus Nicki Minaj, that would be genius simply because they don't even have to be in the same room. It can be 2 different rooms, but just them playing their hits would be amazing. Like back to back to back. It would get them both attention. It would get them both streams. I think if Nicki would just get out her I'm better than her for vibe, she could really, I wouldn't say come back, but she can come back and kind of be more popping from you know when she kind of sat down a little bit.
I gotta keep
this is what I'll say too about the Nicki and the Kim. Some part of it is like it would not be fair because they are different eras. The only reason we want Nicki and Kim to go against each other is because Nicki came up and stole the style of Kim. But in all honesty, like they are from 2 different eras.
But you know why I want to see them go back to back with head to head is because I feel like there are no other rappers who have their catalog that are female rappers.
I agree.
So and that's sad that the 2 women in hip hop who have a magic catalog came out in 2 different eras.
They've done some of the same songs.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of only, and I think versus is going to get boring if they keep trying to find people who are so equally matched. Yeah, it's like you can't keep trying to make this such a production. Like you can have someone from old school and someone from current because at the end of the day, it's still a comparison or not a comparison. It's still a celebration. of both of their music. And I think Lil Kim has a catalog. Nicki has a catalog. They can both do 40 songs each, honestly, between their own songs, features or whatever. It would be great. And they don't have to talk. Play your songs, shut the fuck up, and let the fans decide.
They can literally sit there with sunglasses on and just have somebody play the song and rap. They wouldn't even have to talk. They can have their DJs do all of their, shit, and they can just talk to the crowd. They can just, talk to the people in the room or talk to the people,
and another Gucci and Jeezy.
That's what I'm saying. Them niggas tried to kill each other, and y'all can't figure this out.
And Gucci was disrespectful as hell the entire verse.
That was horrible. I was scared watching that shit
because that's people that value their fucking money over bullshit. And that's what makes me upset about Nicki, because honestly, we all feel like it's Nicki that wouldn't do it. We feel like Kim would do it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Kim never turns down the opportunity to do her thing. You know what I'm saying? That's just like that's the good thing about coming up back then. They had to fight so hard to get where they got that they're never gonna give up an opportunity to show up and show out. Like, to me, Kim got my respect so much more when she went to jail and came out and had a hit song. And it showed up at the BET Awards and shit, and she looked good and everything. And it's before we started noticing how different she looked. It was a sweet spot for the surgery.
I'm glad you said show up and show out, because I never heard the Lotto song that Trina was on. But when Trina did that song, she ate. And I really, personally, for me, I feel like she killed Lotto on that song. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go download this song because she ate. She did a great job. I wasn't expecting that.
Her new song is popping to me. The one she performed,
the Receipts. Yes, I'm gonna download that one too.
Girl, I jumped over to that the other day. I was like, this is nice.
She's stepping it up.
I was like, yes, girl, get it.
All right, y'all ready to move on to these shows?
Wow.
The first show in discussion is going to be Grown Up Hip Hop. So just a high level overview before we talk about it real quick. Egypt is invited to perform at JoJo's event, but she cannot bring Sam. What's new? Same storyline over and over again. You can come, but Sam can't come, or you and Sam can't come. Same thing. Egypt also spills tea on her cousin TT to Savannah. She tells Savannah that TT's husband is allegedly cheating with other women in Jamaica. We also get Boogie versus Brianna. Boogie decides that Brianna needs some sort of intervention, and they get into it. He feels like she's too heavy on the alcohol. And then finally, TT is recommending counseling to her fiance. So what did y'all think about this episode? I think the biggest thing I want to talk about, number one, like Jay Lee was saying when we was backstage, we want to talk about Egypt cutting her damn hair off. Number two, the other thing I want to talk about is Boogie and Brianna. So what do y'all think about Egypt and this damn haircut?
I feel like if he wanted her to look like a boy, he should have just said that. And I also don't like that Egypt turned around and was telling her cousin's business, but was acting like she didn't really want to say it, only for her to say it. I didn't really like that to somebody you don't even know. I didn't like that. And I feel like Brianna and Boogie smashed, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, it's so hard. Like, I really feel like they got down.
Me too.
Really?
Yes.
Like, I feel like she wants to fuck him. I feel like she wants to fuck him. He acts like he might fuck her. And that's what aggravates her, because he didn't want. That's what I get from it. But I'm like, they could all be drunk. But for Egypt, I feel like Egypt saying I cut my hair because I'm grown was bullshit. I feel like her making it seem as if she don't know if TT know about about Sean cheating in the past is bullshit, because we seen Pep say TT told me he cheated. She told me how bad it hurt her, and we let it go. So you are bringing up old shit that she's already, one, told y'all, and two, her and him to move past because they got a kid. So I feel like Egypt and Pepper bringing that shit up is the ultimate disrespect. And I like how Creed said to Savannah, if she gonna go her cousin like that, what would she do to you? Like, I love how Creed was like, she did not even want to discuss it. Like, she's like, me and my daddy beat out. I'm not gonna let anybody talk shit about my daddy, because that's family. And I feel like Creed is a real one, because she didn't even want to get into it. I'm gonna let TT know, because it's on some bullshit. Egypt was shot. So was Savannah.
Yeah. She's hateful and she's jealous. I had to see it.
For me, I feel like Egypt she doesn't realize her attempts to prove that she's an adult actually show just how childlike and mindless she is.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part, because she doesn't realize how hard she's trying to show us. And it's like, but every time you do something, it seems childish. You saying to the camera, you know, I'm an adult and I make decisions for myself. Like at the same time, living in your mom's house with your boyfriend who also has kids that he doesn't take care of. Like, y'all are not adults. Y'all are exactly what y'all say y'all aren't. Y'all are kids playing house, and your mom is allowing you to do it. Yep. Just like she's allowed you to be codependent on her because she doesn't want to be by herself. So instead of forcing you to be an adult, she's going to let you be codependent on her because it makes her feel like she's not alone in the world. Because as y'all see, she ain't got nobody.
Yeah.
Because
what's fucked up is when Pepper's...
You can't wild out your whole life with people and then think they're going to stay around.
Right.
And what's fucked up is when it's like Pep not gonna always be here. I think it's fucked up that she is not prepared either for life. Like, you know, I think once you lose a parent, you realize, okay, they really won't always be here, and you should never want your child to not be prepared when you ain't here no more. And Egypt is not prepared for life. Period. She's a dependent all day.
I would also like to say I feel like Boogie is definitely smashed your girl at one point, because I don't show any man that I have not fucked that type of emotion. Mm-hmm. Her getting upset because he didn't come upstairs. Yes. I also feel like the way it was just the way he reacted to her. It feels like he's constantly trying to protect her, and I think it's because of the sexual relationship. Because like
he was giving me vibes of, you know how like I'll just say it. So it was like she probably wanted him to come upstairs so he could smash, but it's like, I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you, so I ain't even trying to come up there. Just come outside type thing. I ain't going in because I know what would happen. He was giving me that, and it just...
But see, I thought he was mad because she offered him wine and he's a recovering alcoholic. That's what I got from it, because when she said, do you want some wine?
Going hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because the wine was like the trying to fuck you thing. Like, yeah, come drink.
He was like, no, I want no wine.
Just like Jamie said, what was this? Last week or maybe the week before. You remember whenever Boogie was telling his story about how he was in that like sexually aggressive type relationship. He was in the headlines, went to jail because the girl liked to be choked and all that stuff. I still feel like it was Brianna. I know some people said the girl was white, but if it wasn't Brianna, that lets us know that he likes to do that physical wild shit. And that's why him and Brianna carry that energy.
The reason I don't think it's him is because when it happened. I think when it happened, he didn't know her back then.
That's what it was. It wasn't, okay, people were saying it wasn't possible that it was Brianna, but we know he carries that energy with him.
It doesn't rule out the fact that we think they fucked.
Right. Not at all. And I really do think it shows his type. And that if she is his type, how could y'all have a friendship that's so close, you know, and not have, especially when y'all used to be drinking, like, I think it definitely, I mean, think about it. Why would she fight so hard for him to be getting clean? Why would she care so much? Like, I know we have friendships we care about and all of that, but I'm telling y'all, I don't have friendships with the opposite sex that I care about like that at this juncture at 30 something years old. Like it.
I do. I have male friends who I've never fucked, and we that cool.
That you would do all of that for? Like that you would go out that way? I would not get that mad over the reason she got upset, but I can say I have friends if they do some dumb shit, it might piss me off. Yeah, you'll get upset.
It wouldn't be for that though. Like her reasoning was stupid.
That's what I'm saying. And like even if you like, she was like, you're childish. A lot of what she was saying feels like another argument that we don't know about.
Yes, it is.
And he just kept ignoring her like, okay. All right,
that's what I'm talking about. Okay. You always think that it's just supposed to go your way, or you get mad when stuff don't go your way. So I'm like, what's
that about?
Yes. What else? All right, y'all. I think we good on that. I think we can move on to Married to Medicine. They gave more than what they ever gave this week.
Okay.
So for Married to Medicine, we see Lisa, Nicole, and Heavenly arguing on the bus. Lisa Nicole threatening to kick Heavenly off the damn bus. And Contessa was killing me. We're in the middle of Jim Crow. I was like, Contessa, girl. She's funny.
They're gonna kill you.
Right.
But I get off this. I got my Uber card.
It sounded just like her. So then the next couple of highlights, we see Heavenly and Toya make up. They have a one-on-one. Next highlight is Contessa tells Quad and Jackie about the therapist / life coach that Scott has been talking to for the past couple months. And then at the end of the episode, we see Anila versus Lisa getting into it over who stole her $400 and about the protocol of invoicing. So let's start off with what y'all think about Heavenly and Toya making up.
I call
it ain't gonna last long.
Fake.
Yeah, it was dumb. They both have done fucked up things and said fucked up things. So I feel like either one of them feeling as if the other one is more wrong. I'm like, but y'all both do the same shit in different ways. I do think this season Heavenly has been less abrasive and less full of shit as she has in the past. I think this season Toya has been more full of shit. So it's like this is just a different season, but I do feel like the reasons Toya said she was upset. Oh, you joke about me and Eugene's finances, but you have joked about stuff other folks have went through too. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So I don't get why that offended her so much, because you were out here living beyond your means. It was kind of funny.
Jaylee, I just saw a meme about that saying that you just said this week.
That's why I keep saying it all the time, because I seen it. They was like, when you date an old man, y'all fussing. He was like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. What the fuck does that mean?
That's what
I saw that.
That's what I get for it.
Yeah. It means what's good for you is what's good for me. That means if you can do it, so can I.
Now, I don't know what the fuck a gander is. I don't know that, but it sounds good when I say it. Because I know what it means.
Right.
Yeah, Toya on bullshit.
I think it's funny that she complaining about what Heavenly joked about as far as her husband or whatever, but you was just talking about Quiet House. You was just making jokes about Quiet's apartment.
And kept calling it an apartment after she kept telling you it was a condo.
Right.
This little ass apartment. All them stairs.
I mean, and you can tell that it's clearly something wrong with Toya and her friendship. She's always like, she tries to act like she's just so
something's wrong with Toya.
Well, that's what I mean. When I say in her friendships, I feel like she tries to surround herself with people who she thinks that she's better than, because it helps her cope with her. It seems like she's always comparing. She's always upwards comparing. So she would rather be around people who she thinks is less than, which is why she talks to Anila the way she does, even though that's her friend, and why she thought that it was cute shade to call Quad's townhome an apartment. Like, it's something wrong with you.
So somebody said a gander is a male goose. Thank you, Tracy Chapel, for saying that, because I didn't know what it was. Okay. I said it because I didn't. Now I know. No one has had the battle.
So yeah, outside of that, what about Contessa telling Quad and Jackie about? Or did she tell Quad and Simone? She told Quad and Simone.
It was Quad and Jackie.
Okay, she told Quad and Jackie about the therapist, and they ended up telling Simone. Do y'all think that's gonna be a problem later on?
I think I like how what I liked about that was you literally had women who have done different things within their marriage, whereas Quad divorced Greg, Simone and Cecil worked it out, even though he wasn't cheating, he had this inappropriate, friendship with somebody, and then with Jackie, who Curtis did cheat, they worked it out. So I do like the fact that you can hear three different people's perspective on how they did things. What I like was that Jackie then said, because Contessa, how she just puts her head in the sand. And you can't do that. Contessa has to face whatever's going on. And I also don't think Quad point was, well, she can't do it alone, because that's what happened with her and Greg. So it was like, it's still up to Contessa to do what she wants to do. That man been talking to a woman for 7 months and not paying her. He may not be fucking her, but she not no damn life coach at all.
Nah, not at all. And I don't even think he found a woman on the internet. He found her on a damn dating app or something. Because where? Like,
the thing for me is how often he talks to her, because even the kids are starting to refer to this lady as girlfriend. So if it is a therapy session, either they're hearing it from the parents or you're talking to this lady when you're around your kids. And therapy sessions are typically one-on-one. So what is that?
Mm-hmm.
And the kids are joking about it. That's the crazy thing.
But I'm like, why would he have the number in the phone as girlfriend? I said this in my review. I said, I do know for iPhones, if you say call so-and-so, it will say which one if you have more than one number. So my thing is, who the fuck does Scott have saved in his phone as daddy's girlfriend? Something like that's the part that confuses me.
It didn't call anybody. I don't think it called anybody. I think the girls were just joking, saying call daddy's girlfriend. But like Jamie said, where did you even get that from?
Notion from?
Yeah, where did you even come up with that thought?
I'm pretty sure contestant Scott probably been fussing around them kids because at one point, was it contesting them? Who was on the show and someone said, I don't want to fuss for my kids, and someone said that's, like you can control that. You don't have to fuss in front of your kids. Like that's a controllable thing to do. So even the way it go, don't be around them kids fussing because they pick up on shit. Mommy was already gone. They was already upset. So I feel like, the kids can pick up on mommy and daddy fussing, and we keep hearing mommy kind of jokingly say, oh, daddy's girlfriend. And it becomes a joke to them.
I think that Scott makes the kids responsible for his feelings, which is something I think parents are not supposed to do, but it's a fine line. He expresses his feelings to them, and he's done that in the past. He's done that with, about Contessa in the past, expressed his feelings to the kids in a way where it's like he's venting, but you're venting to your children and they're listening to you and they're adopting what you're saying towards their mother. So I feel like he's definitely having conversations around those kids and saying things to the kids that he thinks they don't understand, but they understand enough to repeat. And I don't understand why he doesn't get that. Kids repeat shit like little recording devices, okay? So if you say something around them, they're definitely going to say that shit at the most inopportune time in front of the wrong person, just like they did. As soon as you got on the phone with mommy, they talking about, oh, daddy was calling mommy's daddy's girlfriend or some shit. And you looking at him like, why is he not correcting it? And he's sitting there smiling like a fucking idiot. It's definitely
I think it was a nervous laugh. Because like you said, something is going on around them kids, and instead of him correcting it, he didn't want to make it conversational because he didn't know what else they was going to end up saying.
Yep. And the kids not babies. Like the kids are at ages where they was shit. Like they're not 3 and 4. At 3 and 4, maybe you can say a little shit. But I'm like, them kids like 8 and 9. Like they're at an age where they understand what mom and daddy fussing about. So I'm like, grow up, contestant Scott.
Contessa does seem sad though. I think people like to make it seem like she's on bullshit, like she is making a mountain out of a molehill. But I feel like I can see the way Scott treats her with indifference and how it can be so hard to go day to day when your partner or the person you're supposed to be having the gushy, the happy feelings about is giving you indifference. Yeah. Like they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And that's
but the weird part is she said to the gay niece, we've been going through this for 10 years. I feel like it's one thing if it's been 10 years and y'all having good times, and out the blue for like the next 3 years, okay, he's been acting weird. But for me, her saying for the past 10 years, this has been our fucked up dynamic. Well, then you're used to it. You accept it. That's what it is. So I feel like she can't be upset and emotional now based on what she has been allowing to happen for 10 years. Because if he that fucked up, leave him. Because she's not happy. She is not happy. 8 times out of 10, she's not happy.
Let me be devil's advocate. So there can be an issue that you can have in a relationship, and y'all talk about it, y'all fight about it, and it'll go away for a while. And time will go by. And then that problem will come up again. And y'all will have another conversation. And you'll talk about it. You'll argue about it. You'll think you have your come to Jesus moment. It'll, it's not that big of a deal at the time. So when you get over it, you get over it. But as time goes on, the issue becomes more of an issue than it was before. And then you start to notice it a little bit more. And I think that his indifference also has grown. So it makes it harder for her to get over whatever is really bothering her, because he's not giving her the sweetness in between to get through those moments. You know what I'm saying?
We're going to go back to some shit.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I think they both like that. I think Contessa likes to make it seem as if the issue was Scott, and I feel like the issue was both of them. They both not being the best spouse for each other.
Yeah.
And I say every time on each episode, one of them makes it seem like it's the other one. I'm like, no, it's both you motherfuckers. Both you motherfuckers unhappy.
It's definitely both of them.
And that's why I initially thought Contessa was really just doing the most initially. But it's definitely both of them, like y'all said, because I do think sometimes she really do be with the theatrics.
Each week we all pick a different side because each week is something different. I'm tired of she has a
tendency to be passive aggressive as well. And that's the thing that I've noticed even in her arguments with the other women sometimes. If she knows she can't win an argument right out, she's gonna passive aggressive her way the fuck out of it. Because she can be very matter of fact. When she feel like
let that man cheat in peace.
I was just reading it.
I hate when people say that. That
came from the Braxton when Evelyn Braxton said that.
I know.
To Tony. Or Tony said that about whatever.
But I feel like people say it too much. Yes, if you're going to stay with a man who you know is going to continue to do a certain thing, just move around, bitch. Either leave or move around. But stop telling everybody about it and stop having overreactions to it like you're not staying for it. Okay?
Right.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I feel like when y'all saying cheating peace, sometimes y'all be saying that shit when ain't nobody ever found out really that they was cheating just yet. Y'all want people to just let shit go. They ain't even fully uncovered yet. And it's like, no, there's a process to this shit.
I think Contessa know. I think Contessa know her husband. I think she know
even if
something
she knows,
different.
She may not have proof. And when you don't have proof, you can know something, but until you see it, it's not really real. You can act like it's not really happening.
Contessa irks my nerves.
That's why she
Contessa irks my nerves only because every season it's been something different with her as to what makes her unhappy. The first season, her job made her unhappy. Then she wanted to me.
A wanderer.
This season, what makes her unhappy is Scott. Every season before this, it was something else. Every season, their storyline is what is Contessa unhappy about this time?
I think Scott has always been an issue. I think he's always been an issue. I just think that you can hide shit easier when everything, I think as time goes on, as they be on these shows for longer, things just start to get harder and harder to keep your shit together when you on reality shows and in marriages. Because, outside forces, however y'all start to feel about what y'all see of each other and all of that. So I just feel like they need to separate for a while and figure out what they really want. But I think Contessa is trying so hard to stay there for the kids that she's willing to suffer through it, but she can't not show that she's suffering through it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So last thing, what did y'all think about Anila accusing Lisa Nicole of stealing her $400?
She stole that shit. She stole it. She spent it on I'm playing.
That one I missed because you feel stronger.
I don't know. I feel like she brought that shit up so she could bring up not getting paid that $400 for that job. I feel like she didn't want to bring that shit up without prompting. So she, made that question about stealing $400. But I don't feel like nobody stole nothing from you because I don't feel like Lisa Nicole is that type of thief. I think she's a thief. I think she's shiesty, but I don't think she's a steal $400 out your purse type of thief. She's your bank account went missing type of thief.
Yes.
But see, did y'all see the post that Lisa Nicole put up where she said that it was production who asked her to have her come to her showroom, that it was never supposed to be a real thing? I'm looking like I don't
believe that. I don't believe it either because nobody agrees to do business with somebody on camera if they don't really agree to do business with somebody. Like you could have her over and not agreed to use her.
And I don't think her story was about her being a blogger. So like, why would they go out their way to make people feel as if she is? I'm like, she was at that point. She was Toya's friend. So like, I don't think it made
talked about that as well.
Yeah. That was just dumb.
Yeah, I don't believe nothing that come out of Lisa Nicole mouth, to be honestly. She could tell me the fucking sky was blue and I would go outside to make sure.
Like it's really red. It's really red.
Like, bitch, it looked violet to me. I don't know about blue.
I feel like Lisa Nicole was doing things because she wants to come on next season. I think she wanted to be full-time this season. That did not happen. I think she wants to make it seem as if, well, they want me to come back, but I said, I'll be a friend of. No, bitch, you want to come back. You left with your cheating ass husband on that fuck shit. So I do feel like you want to come back, but you want to make it seem as if, well, I'm just here and things just keep happening. It's like, no, you're allowing things, you're making things happen to give your, because you on after every episode, bitch, as a friend of, you doing interviews, you going live. It's like, no, you want to be back in the full graces of the show. And I don't want you here.
Might as well at this point.
Shoot. Somebody said that they not feeling Anila, and I think it's because Anila is a busybody like her mom. I don't know if y'all noticed it, but her mom has a very nervous, like busybody energy, and I think Anila has that very same energy. She's just younger, so it doesn't come off the same way as it does when you're an older woman, and your equilibrium is off. But she definitely does the most on the show. But
do you think she'll be worse if she wasn't for the Toya? Do you think she would be a better fit if she was not connected to Toya?
No, because I think she would have had no reason to be there whatsoever if it were not for Toya.
But if she got another season and her and Toya was not cool, you think she would be a different, if she would give us something different without Toya's?
I think she's another extra person on a cast that could possibly give you some drama, but she's not going to headline the girls at any point. She's not going, she's always going to be like, like a Cynthia or something. Somebody that's there to, show you the nice little family life or a different culture. They're there for a certain purpose, but not really because they mesh with the overall messiness of the show. Even though I do think she's messy, I just don't know how she fits in with them. I know she's been forming friendships with the girls. Heavenly seems to like her now, and she's, hanging with the other women. But I just kind of feel like she is trying to fit in. That's all she's trying to do. It comes off as this thirsty energy. I don't dislike her, but I just don't know. You know how Quad kind of still fits into this group because they're all like Black women of a certain age that have been around, they live in that land of like.
But does Quad fit in because the other women are so boring? Like Quad came on, it was like given, like it was like she should have still, been a main cast member.
So I do because of history, I think.
Right.
Just history being
I
on
agree.
the show. But Anila, we ain't got no allegiance to her. Like they don't bring her back next season. Like I'm okay with that, and I don't want them to bring Lisa Nicole back, and she don't want to come back either because. Girl, every time you come on this show, they talk about how crooked you are as a businesswoman. Yeah. Why do you keep putting yourself in this situation for people to not want to do business with you?
See,
I'm
gonna say is thank you, Diva Nicole, for the super chat about Contessa calling her a military person to the core. She's built for the movement and transient lifestyle. She truly resents Scott's. Hasn't been having since. But what I like to say about Anila is she got on my nerves. But I really only cared for her when I saw her in her scenes with Quad.
I liked her there. Me too. I feel like when she's not around Toya, she's different. She can be like what if we get to know her. But I think with Toya, she seemed like a little, little rag doll, little friend, like this, little accessory.
Yes. Who knows what Toya told her? It's like when she first came on and she was only friends with Toya, it was like she was unsure of how to move, how much to say, what to do. But as soon as her and Toya weren't friends no more, she was kind of just like, F it, let me be myself. And that's where she almost became a little bit more likable, but I still couldn't really find her spot on the cast. But when she was with Quad, I felt like that was the closest I could get to her, kind of just finding, getting where you fit in type thing. All right, y'all. We can go on to Run the World on Stars. Cute little 30-minute show. I love it, y'all. It was real quick. So really, Sandy and the professor, they go interview with the board. And in the end, they come out on top. She ends up moving in, and they are celebrating their love. I don't know about Sandy leaving her apartment, for one. The other thing that happened is Whitney. What'd you say?
But he live in the brownstone though. He owned the whole brownstone.
No, I said, leaving.
Oh.
I said leaving her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked her apartment. Her apartment, like it was her, you know, her own space, and I think she should have kept that a little longer. So I think that's what Niecy said. But I was saying that it was just really nice. Like I don't know if y'all paid attention to it, but she had like these grand double doors, and you know, it was just very. It was a beautiful apartment. So that's why I would have wanted her to keep it.
Yeah, it was cute, super cute. It looked, I don't know, it just looked expensive AF too. It was like how. Like you were a student teacher in New York. How?
Right.
I was happy she moved in with a man. Cause I feel like it's a good thing to want to grow up. I think if they've been dating for 2 years, they want to be serious. I don't think anything wrong with that. Because like keeping your apartment just because it's you know it's a nice apartment, I think that's like that can be a thing of calling her a child. Like she does not want to move forward with this relationship because of her apartment. So I do like it, and I felt like it will give us a new storyline for them because now they're not separate. So like how she is in the house and stuff with him and the daughter.
The only reason why I was like, I don't know if I like it is because he has a daughter. So it's like you were her part-time mom, but now you're moving in as her full-time mom. But I mean, I haven't heard them talk about marriage or anything. So as long as they're on the same page, then I guess.
Yeah, I didn't even see nothing wrong with it because the little girl even said she's always over there.
Yeah.
So why not save on some bills and just go ahead and move in? She's so involved in this little girl's life that she does her hair, helps with breakfast, and takes her to school, and felt so comfortable in her position to make a decision to snatch her out of one school to put her in another. So I kind of think Sunday's going to be fine in that full-time role. As long as he makes her feel comfortable and he don't be kind of throwing stuff in her face.
I think 2 years is a good time frame to work somebody into your child's life because it gives time for y'all to gradually get used to each other versus, okay, today she ain't here and then tomorrow she's here.
I feel like when Ella mentioned that she forgot that Sandy was a girl raised in the South, and how grits can, you know, turn into Stepford wives. But is that really who Sandy is? Because everything about her personality says that that's not really who she is, even though she taps into that. I wonder what that looks like long term, because it's one thing to be there all the time, but still leave because you were putting the towels in the wrong place. So you was leaving at some point to take your ass back to your house, to be in your space, to, you know, do your thing. And when you no longer have that, and you're with him 100% all the time, and he can be very condescending towards her, I wonder what is that going to be like long term. And she kind of does feel a way about the way it looks that she had sex with, you know, she fucked her way up or whatever. She fucked up, whatever they want to call it.
I think Sandy wants to be a wife. I just think Sandy does not want to she doesn't want people looking at her as if she fucked him and that's the only reason she is who she is. So I do think she wants to be a little wife with the daughter, whatever. I think that's what she wants, but she does not want anyone else judging her on how they think she got there. That's her issue with them. I don't like with the colleague who kept saying how, you know, the last girl couldn't cook. You know, the whole school wanted him or whatever. You did good to catch him. That hit with her because, like, you know, I don't want anyone thinking that I fucked my way up because she really just liked him. And they was both adults, and it just happened. So that's her girl.
Okay, and that's the thing, sis, and all that. Don't sis me, Rockaletta Moss. Okay, I don't care what her name is on here. She will always be Rockaletta Moss to me. Okay, on here she was Professor Donda Baptiste. It's a good name, but she's Rockaletta Moss. And I just kind of felt like she definitely was salty and upset that man wanted, you know, this lady, and y'all are not that different in age, so it's hard to son somebody just because they in grad school, but y'all all close to the same age, so don't son me, bitch.
Right.
Okay.
And she tried to son her, sis, girl. Oh, you want to clean the glass? Oh, you want to come over here and do some dishes, bitch? You can stay to the end and help me. Shit.
The other thing I wanted to talk about is Whitney getting ready for this wedding and having all this super nervous energy. We see her mom. We saw her friend come from out of town, y'all. This part of the episode was killing me because when I tell y'all that's the dynamic of my bridesmaid party, that's exactly what it is. It was hilarious, word for word. Like, well, nobody responded to me. Well, why? Y'all, just wait. Anyway, that part was really funny. She has a wall up with her mom, and eventually, towards the end of the episode, she ends up going to go sit down with her mom. So, do y'all think that she is going to tell her mom that she cheated on her fiance?
No.
Not yet. No.
Y'all don't think so yet?
No, not yet. I don't think that. I think she wants to. What I will say is, when she felt like I'm having a wedding that you want, and she's like, no. This is what you've always said that you wanted, so we're giving you what you said that you wanted. If you wanted something different, you haven't said that ain't my fault. I love you and I want the best for you. And the fact that Mama Den's like, I call you daily just to talk to you, and I ask about your friend because you don't tell me about you. So I have to,
Keep
have something. And so for me, I thought Whitney needed to hear that to know I can at least start opening up to my mama. And have a better relationship. But I do want to say, separate from that, Renee fucking old boy and the ashes chain in the face to me was fucking hilarious. I was dying laughing.
Was that a threesome, y'all?
I mean, no, because it was a 2.5.
It was a threesome.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
I was like, I laughed so hard because he came as it was hitting. I'm like, why he talking about the wife? Oh, she was up my life. I'm like, please don't have orgasm. It was just, I was laughing the whole time.
I felt like it was assault.
It was so funny.
He said, no, my wife. And then the way he kissed her on the cheek at the end, he was literally having sex with his dead wife. It was too much.
And it kept getting her mouth.
He was.
I was like, God, it was just hilarious.
That was terrible.
That was a threesome.
I hate she moving on so quick, and I hope that her husband doesn't bring a +1 after Whitney told her she can't bring a +1. That would suck.
Ooh. I'm thinking, or hopefully he won't, because that would be on bullshit.
I mean,
but I think it was
that would be messed up, especially if it's a band member.
But even for her to ask, can he be uninvited? He's in the fucking wedding. Like, who can does that? He's in the damn wedding.
Let me say something. That motherfucking band better be an all-male band. They better be milestone in that motherfucker.
Because I definitely assumed that the band was all men, but that's
me too.
Maybe females.
Who knows, y'all?
Yeah, maybe at least one female lead singer.
We gonna see.
We will. All right. I think we can. Oh, go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, I wanted to say something about Whitney. I think that scene where she was talking to her mom, it reminded me of my mom in a way, because I feel like as our parents get older, we stop talking to them as much. And as they get older, they feel a need to talk to us more. And so they call, and they may call about shit that aggravates you, but they're calling just because they want to talk to you, because they want to hear you at some point. And she was feeling like her mom was like aggravating her and putting pressure on her, but really her mom just wanted to talk to her and be a part of her life in some way, because she doesn't feel a part of her life. So I feel like it's just a way to understand sometimes your parents' perspective isn't what you think it is. It may not be pressure as much as it is, I just want to be around you. I want to interact with you, because you never know, how much time you have left with your parents in the first place. As somebody that's already lost one, I have to remind myself not to be impatient with my mom sometimes when she's calling me 99 times to tell me the same thing, because I know it's really because she's getting older and because she just wants to have something to talk to me about, Yeah. And I recognize that. And I feel like, you don't be knowing sometimes what your parents are feeling. You know what I'm saying? So just, something to think about for people, because I think sometimes we just don't think about that, because I didn't before I watched this.
And I asked y'all if I thought that she was going to tell her mom. Part of me feels like she is going to tell her mom.
She might tell her eventually, but I just didn't think it was going to happen at that dinner.
I don't know. It was the simple fact that she was like, can I get 2 old fashions? And also the fact that nobody else could make it better for her. So I feel like she's going to start drinking and feel like the only person who can fix this right now is my mom, my mama, my mommy type thing. And she might end up telling her. So who knows?
I'd have been told my mama, but that's my girl though. So.
All right, y'all got anything else on Run the World?
No.
We good?
Can't wait for next week though.
Let's go on to sisters, y'all. So we can talk about it almost character by character, y'all. Let's start out with Andy, Gary in these rubber bullets. So we start out the episode and they were like, oh, it's not blood. He's sitting there and I'm like, how's he alive? He says that he switched out the real bullets for rubber bullets because he knew that she would do something crazy. Then Andy and Andy and Gary decide not to tell the other women conveniently, which I didn't like. Girl, you almost lost your whole life and you gonna keep that a secret and not tell nobody. And then he ends up planning a photo shoot for her that I think is gonna turn into a re-proposal.
It's a wedding.
So
it's wedding dress try on. He gonna probably have her go try on wedding dresses. And he wanted the designer to see her body to pick, a dress that would fit her body. I'm like, Tyler, you watch the Tyler. Hire all of us.
I knew it was gonna be rubber bullets. I knew it was gonna be rubber. As soon as I see no blood, I was like, I bet you that nigga changed them bullets off of rubber bullets somehow. I knew that.
You said
I thought they may have been blanks. So to me, Tyler Perry is a multi-talented, multi-billionaire or millionaire who you are too talented for this bullshit. I love the show. I do. It's enjoyable, but I do feel like this was too bullshitty for me. I'm looking like, really? You could have at least had him shot in the leg. Like, let him be shot. Like, I get he didn't die. I get that. But to take away Jasmine fell off the fucking parking lot onto a car and was in the hospital, back broken, and now she around here as a goddamn ninja. The shit don't make no sense to me. And it aggravates my spirit. You then bring a whole fucking stranger in Andy's house talking about, oh, I need a model. She not a fucking model. If you're a designer, how do you not have other folks to model your shit? It's the writing is so lazy, but entertaining, but lazy. Like, I was very upset that Gary did not at least have one bullet hole somewhere on his body. And then the son, who's autistic that she can't meet. I'm like, really? I was mad.
I felt like she was rushing it. Like, first of all, the autistic child's mama just went to fucking jail. Like, can we give it a breath?
But they engaged. You
almost killed me.
Right. I'm gonna go with you.
But why propose to somebody who you can't have around your kid? Like, what
my thing would be? What is wrong with Gary? Like, what do you mean?
But something's wrong with Andy.
We know. I was hoping both of their asses was dead.
No one ever died on college shows.
I would have been murder, suicide. Fatima is number 4. All right, listen. Get Andy the fuck out of here. I cannot stand her character. I'm sorry.
I thought he had better writers this season. I feel like he don't have better writers.
Her haircut was so cute. The bob
the new dress.
I loved it. I thought she looked so good. Can we mention how good the intro and everything looks? Like, look at Danny. Like, they just
yeah, they definitely set everything up.
Oh, they definitely got the right lighting and everything on these girls. I love it. They look fantastic in the new promo pics. I was waiting though, because like the first episode, I was looking for it to like make sure it was all covered, but they didn't have it yet. And then this time when I went and looked, they had released all of the new screenshots. I couldn't wait to put that shit up there. I was
what? We love when people have new, looks for their shows. Mm-hmm. When they have a whole new season, we love stuff like that.
This the comment right here. I was gonna save it for the end, but we might as well talk about it right now.
Yes.
So we hear from both ends. Oh, let me move this pic, Jamie. We hear from both ends that Fatima says she's done with Zach. Zach says that he's done with Fatima, even though he really, really liked her. But he didn't know her like that. So anyway, Fatima goes to work. The way she tried to check her, y'all, I was really feeling some type of way. I wanted to jump out. Just, girl, who you talking to? And Fatima really sat there like, I promise I didn't know. What? Andy, who are you?
Fatima lost her whole goddamn mind this episode, as far as I'm concerned. Right. Sitting up there talking about I'm fine with carrying a man as long as he has potential. I said, Tyler Perry, if you don't get out of my face with this toxic ass shit.
Yes.
What I didn't like was I did like how Andy then said, I'm not going to tell you shit about Zach and Karen. But you then told her how Karen basically carried that man. Like, you still told her shit that was her business. Like, I felt like, what was the point of saying, like, I'm not going to, you still talk. And not only that, don't come talk to me at work about personal, out of office shit. You can't be pissed at me at work because your best friend, ex-boyfriend is not fucking me. Bitch, I'm your assistant. I'm not your friend. I'm just not being your friend. I'm just not being a friend. I just met Karen. Not only that, none of them even said Zach's name at all this whole time. Had they at least said Zach before that fucking scene in the grocery store, she may have put two and two together. But no one says Zach's name. So my thing is, how you mad at Fatima because y'all didn't say shit about who Karen was fucking.
Yeah, it was like she was trying to discipline her at work for potentially getting her into some shit with her friend. I'm like, have you lost it, Andy?
I would have flattened Andy's tires. I would have for sure. Look, I would have for sure. Look, I worked at a law firm before, and I was a horrible boss. We hated this bitch, and I'm not saying her name, but I almost did. I'm putting up a stage, but we would like plot like, okay, one day she gonna come out the office or whatever. We're gonna hide in the stairwell and like push her down the stairs a little bit so she fall a little bit. She was a horrible person. I would have at least flattened Andy's tires. Because don't come at me about no bullshit, but that at work. Don't do that. Not today. Not on my watch. Don't like it.
It seems like Andy probably was finna, I don't know, it seemed like she probably was gonna give her a pass a little bit or something. She said, when Fatima said it's over, you can tell her it's over. She was like, are you sure? And it seems like to me, she was gonna tell her, like, it's okay, you know, I understand. I'm like, yeah, if that is what you about to say, we know you understand. Because you've been up here messing with somebody else's husband.
Right. Yeah, it was that I'll carry a man with that potential for me. I was like, the fuck am I watching right now? The fuck is
I was like, not at almost 40 Fatima. Not at 35 Fatima. Like, no. Zach, first of all, the thing that killed me is you're getting Zach after he has been dependent on Karen for how long? For years. Okay. And it's great that he handing out money and all of that now. But the truth of the matter is most of the men that are like that really don't ever show up and pay you back all of what they owe you. Okay, Tyler Perry stay giving you some magical concept on the dude because he was the one dude that was homeless and then went and got rich. Like that doesn't happen to everybody, Tyler Perry. And you selling these women this idea that them struggling with some, you know, bummy ass dude for years is gonna eventually get a house like you is just ridiculous.
Right. So for Sabrina's storyline, Sabrina is asking for advice about Jabari. That's pretty much it, y'all. And the other thing at the bank is we get the dude. I wish I knew his name if he had a name. The dude that was inside Calvin's room when Maurice caught him. I don't remember his name. The darker skinned dude. He shows up to the bank.
His name is Thief.
Thief. That's what his name was. He showed up to the bank trying to cash a $5,000 check from Calvin. It says that Calvin is his boss. So at first I was like, boss for what? I was like, damn, maybe Calvin really is gay. Is he paying him off? But then come to find out his checkbook was stolen and the dude was trying to commit fraud. So Maurice tries to call the police. The dude ends up getting away, and Calvin, either way it goes, that whole situation happened because Calvin is now going to have a conversation with Sabrina. Anything.
Nothing really.
Nothing.
The fact that he got away with it. That's the sad part. When they came back to the bank, all his money gone.
I feel like
I can't stand Jacoby. That's all.
I said Jabari. I'm thinking about girlfriends.
I be saying both. I be saying Jacoby, Jabari. They be like, it's Jacoby. I'm like, bitch, whatever his name is. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Right, don't correct me. Right. I feel like that's the worst bank ever. Like, no, the bank gonna get robbed. I don't get how it's supposed to be, you know, a real place. And trying to have Calvin come down there to fix shit with Sabrina. Why y'all keep bringing this personal shit to y'all jobs? I don't get it. Like, have him go to somebody else's branch. It's $18,400. Go to someone else's branch, get it done. And I also feel like the fact that how did Calvin not know his whole bank account was being emptied day by day? A bank would never let somebody come in. Look, you can barely get money out the ATM machine sometimes without just thinking it's fraud, because if you take out too much. He made multiple withdrawals of $5,000 and no one in the bank said, you know what? Maybe the same man cashing multiple checks is on some bullshit. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Tyler, I know you watching. Somebody tag Tyler Perry and say, hire us to write your shit. Because I'm like, it's just dumb. Sabrina dumb because she got, I don't know, Danny, what should I do? Talk, girl. I'm getting mad.
Outside of that, we find out that Karen and Aaron are taking a break. That's it.
They should. He almost forced himself on her with his old weird ass.
Yes, he claimed he got a drinking problem.
And when he told her, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Me either.
I said I still don't want her with Zach. I really want to see Zach and Fatima have a chance.
Me too. But I'm gonna tell you the thing that killed me about Aaron. Him saying that he wanted to make her forget about how Zach makes her feel when he's inside her. I was like, what the fuck is this?
That was it.
I don't blame Aaron. I blame Tyler Perry. Because I'm like, no one says that. No man will ever say that's not a phrase. For me.
That was it.
Tyler Perry on some bullshit. But look, a man will do that with his actions. But he ain't gonna say it. A man will fuck you to make you forget somebody. Yes, he not gonna tell you. That's what he did. I was just like, Tyler, just shut the girl. Tyler, go sit down some damn way.
The thrust will just be a little bit too tough. Just thrust a little bit too tough. You really trying to prove a point there, ain't you? Look at you, stupid ass.
Every episode, I get a good laugh at the theatrics. That's why I love it. It's hilarious.
It's a great show. It's just stupid. But I watch it every week. I'm here.
It feels web series. It feels like or not even. I've seen better web series, but it just
because it's a fucking telenovela.
It's a whole hour and nothing really like the favorite. We get more from Run the World than this show, and that's 30 minutes. No, it's like 22 minutes, and this is the whole hour. I'm like, how the fuck we get more story from a 20-minute TV show than an hour TV show? I was like, I just can't.
Because
the dialogue is repetitive and stupid.
Yes, it is.
With that being said, I think we can go.
Do it like a Mobby Day.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else about sisters.
Do it like a
baby.
Yes. Jocelyn, for some reason, it makes me want to go buy nipple covers off Amazon just to walk around the damn house. I want to get a robe of nipple covers and just walk around the house. Baby.
That's why I'm at with it.
Well, sometimes she didn't, because in the pool she handled them, but she was out there.
Nah, yeah, she was just out there. She be wild, but she look good as fuck.
Yeah, she do.
She's still ignorant as fuck though, because she definitely showed her ass. So that's my first bullet point.
Naked.
She did. Ballistic did not like that.
I don't know why, nigga. You know who you with?
But I couldn't believe that was actually like a story on. I saw it on somewhere, Shade Room, Ball Alert, Neighborhoods, or something.
They be paying them for advertisement at this point.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it was for sure. And I was like, come on. But Sapphire didn't get naked in the pool. So leading up to that, Jocelyn showed her ass by yelling at the girl. She basically tried to. It was weird. She started hollering and getting upset with Yummy. And you could tell the more that she yelled at Yummy, that she still had fear for Natural. So in order to, she flipped it on Natural and was like, now I see it. You're the one that's wrong. Because she knows that she really said that Natural was toxic. So she tried to manipulate the rest of the women in the house into jumping on Yummy. And Yummy sitting there calling her, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I'm disgusted all the way.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry.
No,
She's the orphan.
No, ma'am. Absolutely. I was thinking about that the whole time I was watching. And then Jocelyn says to the group, both of y'all gotta leave or both of y'all gotta stay. Then she decides to have a discussion with the captain, which is Sapphire, when she gets naked. And then the end of the episode, they have this, I don't know where the fuck they found this psychiatrist, y'all.
And at that man beauty supply store, I'm like, what kind of toothpaste?
At the strip club.
That's true too.
I don't know. Something
He's stripper
scary.
therapist.
He looks scary. But
I don't like that man.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
He just kind of sat there and like
his hair was terrible.
It was
the fact that none of it that was Velcro. The fact that none of the girls like actually really got anything from it.
Yeah.
Was even more so like they could act like they did, but they really didn't. They thought it was a joke. The only people that got something from it was the people that are already going through something. Like, and the fact that the doctor didn't talk to Miss Natural, even though she was still there, I was just like, that was stupid.
That's who I thought they brought him in for, was Miss Natural.
They need to talk to Jocelyn. She the crazy one. It's weird to me that Jocelyn, who was talking shit about Natural, even though she was talking to Yummy, being upset because Yummy said it to me is dumb. I feel like Jocelyn is really trying to make drama happen. How Natural said, like, y'all both knew the reason I was upset. So for y'all to call me toxic is bullshit. How am I toxic? Because I separated myself from the bullshit. We all know how much shit happened the first couple of days with, Aqua and Big or whatever. It was a whole bunch of bullshit. And Natural point was, we came here to dance and that ain't what we doing. So how am I toxic? Because I just stayed to myself. I think Jocelyn was on bullshit. And I don't know why she tried to flip it. Bitch, it's your show. Jocelyn acted like a contestant, not like the person whose show it was. You did not have to make anybody send her home. It's your show. Why do you need to convince the other women to be upset with her? Just send the bitch home.
And
I was like, it was dumb.
I hate that Natural even went back to Jocelyn for an explanation. I really just want her to leave.
Yeah.
It showed that she's one of those girls that's used to being in toxic relationships.
Yes.
Because she wanted to try to go and have this conversation, but she also too real to act like she's sorry when she feel like she was the one that was wronged. So it was almost like she went to talk to Jocelyn to give Jocelyn a chance to apologize to her or to clarify. And Jocelyn just made it worse by saying the same thing again, saying that you had a conversation about it, but now trying to act like you don't understand why she was upset and why she doesn't want to be called toxic amongst a whole bunch of bitches that was fighting with one another while he was on the sidelines dealing with personal shit. So I just kind of feel like I do believe Yummy was right. Jocelyn was intimidated, and I've said this for a very long time about Jocelyn. I think Nene and her have this in common. Y'all get on these reality shows and y'all blow up as like the big bitch in charge on the show, and it makes you feel like that in life to the point that you really fuck up your relationships with other people because you always need them to be in some subordinate place in your life. And so even though this girl is so talented, you feel intimidated by that because you're insecure. So you feel intimidated by her. So instead of admitting that, damn, I'm low-key hating on this girl, gonna try to make it seem like, oh, Yummy was trying to get her out the house when really you could have just kicked her off the show for how she was acting. Like, it don't even make sense the way Jocelyn moves.
I feel like the antics she tried to use as an excuse as to what was going on with Natural. Oh, you said your sister did this. She took your car. I'm like, the things you listed wasn't even enough compared to Lucky and the other girl, Blowface. What's the girl name? Barbie, that girl. When they were going to like that didn't even compare. And Aqua, I'm like, girl, you just don't like her. If you're jealous, then just say that. That's all you had to say. Only for this, because somebody said that they're actually going to not go home, like they'll still be on next week's episode, Yummy and Natural. So you took us through all of this for what? Only for them to still be on the show. I feel like, to Bondi's point, she did this to create some type of drama. But I was glad she was starting to see Yummy for what she is, because I agree with Sapphire.
Yeah.
I feel like she do try to play on the fact that she's tiny and she got a soft voice and stuff, but I think she's manipulative.
Who clothes is Yummy wearing? Them her clothes. She too small for them clothes. I'm saying some of her mama's clothes.
That's what I'm saying. She really do be giving Norma Bates. You are wearing your mama's clothes.
She wearing her clothes.
I was just saying she stole her mama clothes and ran away to do Jocelyn's cabaret. Her mama ran away.
I can't stand her because her personality, like around the girls, don't match the confessionals.
No,
it kills me so bad. So
she big and bad in them confessionals, boy.
Oh, I
She
want to
not
see
gonna
this
do
reunion.
anything. If she was gonna do something, she would have did it. I'm like,
Well,
bitch,
she
shut
actually,
up.
I wanted to jump through the
Jocelyn,
TV
I'm
when
not
she
gonna
said
talk.
that shit.
Jocelyn's talking
I'm just
shit.
gonna pop.
Okay, girl. She made me so mad.
Y'all,
Yeah,
it
she's
wasn't
aggravated.
She's trying to flip it on me when she knows that I'm like, girl, just punch her in the face.
That's exactly what it is. What I could not stand. What made me laugh my ass off was when Jocelyn was really speaking in astrological zodiac terms. You fucking with 2 Scorpios. You Virgos are liars. And I was like,
I'm like,
whoa.
what is that? I hate when anybody has full conversations like that. I don't get signs enough to understand why people really make it seem as if your sign is to really like something. Some people, yeah, but I'm like, why? She had a full-fledged horoscope conversation.
Signs are like personality things, not like this. Like just because you're a Scorpio, it doesn't mean that you're about to like stab somebody, like these 2 bitches might do. Like, no, there are levels to this shit, and something is wrong with Jocelyn in her head.
Absolutely. I had to stop. Like when she first made the reference and said you Virgos are liars, I was like, damn. Then she said you fucking with the Scorpios. I was like, she really serious about this shit.
Dead ass.
I'm tripping. See, people like her make me embarrassed to have my Scorpio tattoo because it's like I don't need y'all judging me.
I'm a full Gemini, proud of it, but that bitch crazy. They ain't got nothing to do with astrological science. That got something to do with her upbringing. Like
I don't know what a Capricorn. I don't know what a Capricorn is, but I'm a Capricorn. I don't know what that means though.
You definitely are. That's, the people in the comments were saying that's why you so money minded earlier.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true.
For sure.
Yes, accurate. Okay. Let's move on to Ready to Love. Thank you for that.
I'm ready for the show to be over.
Yeah,
I'm really ready for it to be over.
Ready to move on.
So
I'll be dreading doing the reviews.
I actually love the reviews, but at this point, I'm like, it can go.
They dragging the show.
They are dragging it. So the episode starts out, Amber tells everybody why she didn't tell anyone about Ron. She says that she basically didn't want to embarrass him. It was a club promoting situation where she basically just had to get a section and let him, play all up in her face just for the sake of getting a section. I believe it, but I also think that she was lying to protect herself. You keep acting like you didn't reveal the information to protect Ron or you didn't want to embarrass him when it was a simple fact that you were still playing the field. It is what it is. You might not be taking him seriously, but you were still entertaining the man. Mm-hmm. And then we see Jason and Kyra. Jason really wants Kyra to decide. He's a hypocrite. We'll expand. And then at the end of the episode, AJ, he's a hypocrite. He's a manipulator. I hate the option that he gave her at the end of this episode. It seemed low-key evil. Like, is you going to be with me or not because I'm your only choice? So what are y'all's thoughts about this episode?
With Amber and the situation with Ron, one thing that stuck out to me was the fact that not only did she kiss him, but it made me think about the conversation we were having earlier about the guy that kind of like goes crazy because he couldn't get what he wanted from the girl. Like, I wonder if Amber felt like she owed him a kiss because he allowed her to come into the club.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that.
But at the end of the day, she still could have like friendly denied him because she's familiar with, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm good. I appreciate it, whatever. Maybe she could have figured out her way of denying that. But then I don't know. She could have also kissed him because that's just what she wanted to do in the moment. But then it made me think about how vindictive Ron is. And it made me wonder if he was trying to kiss her to see if he really could, to see if she was really all in with Chris. So both of them looking a bit shaky right now. So I don't know whose side to be on.
Shake. Yeah. Okay. Amber made herself look bad. Even though I'm not mad at her if she did want to kiss him because they're all dating and nobody is actually in a relationship with anybody. And I think that old girl Alexis is just putting her frustrations out on Amber because Amber has everybody, head turning. She's likable. And I think she snuck up on them girls. They didn't think she was really going to be no competition. And she really showed up as, one of the faves, really, even though she's kind of always made it so that Chris is her guy. I think that was also her relying on him choosing her above all, so she could always feel comfortable in this process. Kyra has also relied on being one of the ones that a lot of the guys like to a fault, because they started to notice that she wasn't really being honest in her feelings towards either of them, because if she was, it would have been easier for her to make a decision. So to me, it just seems like she's trying to win the game. I'm starting to feel like Amber is just trying to win the game. And that's going to make me upset if she ends up hurting Chris's feelings, because I do feel like he's so genuine and he doesn't deserve that. Jason, I feel like, is on bullshit. I definitely feel like AJ is on bullshit, because you basically trying to put this girl, you know, in a position where she has to choose you in order to stay on the show, but she wasn't going to choose you before. So, you know, why do you want her to choose you under those circumstances? It just seems like you thirsty to win as well, and you don't want to get left with Alexis. I think that's another thing. He don't want to get left with Alexis because he knows if Kyra's gone, that's his only choice. That's his only choice. So for him, I think he's the one that's really feeling the pressure. And he put that on.
He's so full of it. He is so full of it.
I think the show has missed the point of what it's supposed to be, because the past, I think, 2 seasons, it has just not been like any real connections like that or whatever. And by the time you get to the reunion, nobody's together. I feel like next season, it needs to be a little bit longer. They do need to put them somewhere together, so that way they don't have the distraction of other things or whatever. And put people there, like, don't send them home so soon. Like, have them be somewhere for 30 days. Like, seclude them for 30, maybe we'll say 30. I feel like if you do that, at least it can be them really having to get to know each other. I think when they are able to go other places, do other things, it distracts them from focusing on who they want to be with. No one should go home for the first week. Let them make genuine connections versus trying to rush people to put on a fake personality or whatever to not get sent home. And you have people who are assholes who stay. I think they're rushing the show too much, and they don't need to, because there's no way that it's the end of the season and no one seems like they're an actual couple. Even Venetia and Joelle, you know, by default are a couple, because, you know what I'm saying, they have been focused on each other, but they have issues. Everyone else is like, okay, who can I be with to make it to the end, versus who do I want to be with after the show is over?
Yep.
That should be the thing. Who is that person? I do think Joel and Venetia has the better chance to potentially be together after the show is over. It may not last forever, but it may last past the show. I don't think any Alexis and no one's going to last past the show except Joel and Venetia. And now I'll see how that goes a month after the reunion. But it's a rushed show. It's no longer them really trying to have people find love. Now they're just shooting the show.
Yeah, they are. Because, like, even with Kyra and sitting down with AJ, we know he don't want to be with Alexis. The way he was holding on to Kyra, and his eyes look watery. I feel like that was the first time I saw his eyes look watery. Like, he probably really cares about her.
Smoke.
But probably so. But it's the fact that he told her that this is the end of the road for her. She's not ready to love, but we're going to see her on next week's episode redeeming herself. So I feel like, to your point, they just filming the show at this point. Because Jason knows
nobody else came back. How can you not bring anybody else back? Why would you bring her back? And I think once someone is told that, they should have to leave. If he changed his mind, he should have left. Like when last season when Joy went home because of whatever, and then Jay chose to leave too, because like that's who I'm connected to. So if you sent Kyra home, well then you should have left too. If you felt like, okay, I don't want to be continued, well both of them can go home.
Did y'all see Joy and Edwin I think they're dating. Have y'all seen Joy and Edwin from last season?
Wow.
Like dating or just hanging out?
I got the vibes they were dating, but the pictures were definitely them hanging out. He came home to cook for her and her mom and somebody, and he said something about special person in my life is what he said to a commenter.
Did Bonnie know she didn't? You muted Bonnie, or you just thinking okay. I'm not she's saying
immunity boost that, you know, it's like a cayenne pepper type of situation. I don't know what's in it, but it's spicy. But y'all know I'm trying to get this whatever was in my stomach out, so I'm taking this immunity thing. But yeah, no, that's cute because I felt like they really was feeling each other. It's just that Edwin needed to do some work on himself. Like he needed to work on the issues he had from war and from working for the police department. He just had a lot of things he needed to work on himself. But to be honest, that sounds great to me because they really were vibing and feeling each other. They would have long, good conversations and shit. And I felt like she had the type of loving energy that a man like him really needs and deserves, because men like him will often get with some mean ass bitch and she just abused the poor man to dear God. You know what I'm saying? So I think he needs somebody that could be loving like her. So I'm happy for them.
That'd be cute.
All right,
but this season can end. This whole season, I don't need next week should be the season finale.
Oh, y'all. Well, we got Love After Lockup tomorrow. That'll be my new Friday night thing. I'm excited for that. All right, y'all. Let's go on to Encore. What happened this week, y'all? This week was a damn mess. So there happens to be a queen of the house. The queen of the house basically settles all disputes and makes overall decisions. That queen ended up being Pamela. And then the other thing that happens, big conversation, is that Pam tells Aubrey not to be rubbing on her leg because she doesn't want to be perceived as gay because she has been delivered. Andrew Caldwell voice. Lamisha overhears Keely and Fallon talking. The girls argue again, and they want to know, Keely, why is you here? So I think the first thing that I want to talk about is Pamela not wanting to be perceived as gay. So a lot of people felt like she was being homophobic.
No.
I feel like it was definitely internal homophobia. What she said more about herself than it did about anybody else. And she feels like that part of her life she's disgusted with now. Now, there's multiple layers to it, because then you would ask yourself, well, how does she feel about gay people in general? I think she is the type of Christian where it's like, everybody deserves grace. I'm not going to judge nobody else. So for Keely to try to embarrass Pam for saying that, I feel like Keely definitely was stirring the pot. I don't give a damn if you were bisexual. I think she just wanted to have a moment.
She did that to deflect from the fact that they was about to get in her ass for what she was saying to Fallon. That was her trying to deflect.
That was timeliness. So first off, what do y'all think about Pam?
Honestly, I feel like Pam is still gay. That's why I don't like when people say they're delivered, because I think it's foolishness. I think you're lying to yourself. I think that you are putting God over what your physical feelings are, because you think that that's what you're supposed to do. And if that's what you want to do, if you want to, suffer for the rest of your life, please, by all means, do that. But it does not change your energy. It does not change what you feel and what you like. And that's why you reacted so strongly to such a small gesture. I do understand not wanting people in your personal space, especially the way white people tend to like use you as fixtures and shit. Like, bitch, get off me. But it would have been different if she would have just been like, hey, it's COVID, personal space. I'm still not that comfortable. If she would have said that, then everybody would have been fine with it. But her saying people will think that I'm a lesbian, it's like, well, girl, you've already admitted to having sex with women. What don't you understand about what a lesbian is? It's not somebody that just chooses to be in relationships with women. It is a woman that is attracted to other women. So, solely. So you might be bisexual, but the point still remains that you are not heterosexual just because you decided it to be so. And I feel like that's definitely the space that she was moving in. And I was laughing because I was like, she must have had a coochie flutter or something like that when that hand touched that knee. She must have had a coochie flutter. Hold up, bitch. Get off me before I fuck you now. Come on now. I'm trying not to fuck nobody. House all these bitches, all these titties in here. I'm trying not to fuck on y'all. Get off me.
I disagree. I disagree with that. Well, this is the reason I disagree. I feel like Pam hoping she was. No, I disagree. But I feel like Pam's whole point was. I know what I'm gonna say. So Pam's whole thing was, you in my personal space. That's one part of it. So I felt like her point was. I also feel like people are so quick to say that somebody can't be delivered from something. I'm not just saying that one thing, but I feel like whatever her own personal thing was, if she felt like that's what God did with her, I don't think it's fair for anyone to say, well, that's not true, because it may not be how you take it, and not you per se. I'm saying people in general. I think the same way a person can be straight and like men or whatever, and then they say, you know what, I'm now gay. You can't then say, well, you're not gay because you're straight. I feel like a person has the point or the right to say, this is my choice of
JB,
what
you know
I
that's
feel
not
like.
usually how that goes, right?
Well, I think if a person wants to choose to be one or the other, that's their choice.
I'm not saying it's not their choice. I'm just saying it doesn't usually go like that, meaning that people don't usually say, I'm gay now, and so that means you're not gay because you were straight before. That's not how that goes.
No.
Usually they were always gay and just did not want to admit that to themselves. And
Because I know some people who at one point was not gay and they're gay now. A friend of mine, I won't say a friend of mine had no inkling of liking women at all. And at some point in her life, she literally said, you know what, one day this is the thought of what she liked. She has never told us that she was gay, did not want to admit to it, or didn't want to admit it or whatever. She just said, as I get older, I changed what I liked. And then and now she's married to a woman. So my thought process is, Pam has every right to say to somebody, in my walk with God, I feel like God did this for me. But it does not mean that for somebody else, that pertains to them. And I think they took it as, well, she's being this way because she does not want to see this way. If right now she does not want to be tempted by women, that's her thing. So I feel like they should have respected her enough to say, okay, I should have been touching you in your space, because that is your walk in life. And I feel like that's just, we have to respect people and where they are currently. And currently, she like dick.
I agree with you, but you said if she didn't want to be tempted, that's the whole thing. That's why
I was like, okay.
That's the point. You said if she didn't want to be tempted, meaning she still deals with that inner.
Well, yeah, I think everyone, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can choose to do whatever you want to do, but the fact of the matter is, you are still sexually attracted to pussy. And then you acted in the way that you did because of that. If she were comfortable, if she was not worrying about that, she would have never reacted in that way. She would have been like, I just don't like people in my personal space. And that would be one thing. But to say, I don't want people to think I'm still gay, like,
you're telling on yourself at this point.
That's what I think.
And I think that's her right to feel that way. I think
nobody's saying she don't have a right to feel like she's delivered.
I'm just giving my opinion on it. My point is, I feel like people who were commenting on the show, and even in my comment section, felt like Pam was being fake and she should not. It was just different things being said. My whole point is, I feel like no one just thought, she just did not want someone touching her. Period. And if she felt like she was delivered, that's fine for her. It does not mean that she is homophobic. How Keely said, it does not mean that she feels some kind of way because Keely likes pussy and dick. I feel like that's your walk. What Pam said to me had nothing to do with Keely, and Keely made it about her. So that's where I'm coming from. Keely made it about her, and it wasn't about Keely. It was about Pam. That's my point of how I'm talking about the show in general. Keely cannot get upset because Pam said in her walk, God delivered her. That don't mean that Keely, you should not be bisexual. Keely made it personal, and it wasn't right.
It's just
so Keely made it personal.
Pam is gay. Keely made it about herself. Pam sat up there and said people will think you're gay. The fact that you're so worried about what other people think, and you responded in the fashion in which you did, and you're holding on to this Bible that's not allowing you to live your full human life, girl, you gay, and it's okay. It's okay. You just don't want to walk down that road. You over here trying to deny that part of yourself and stuff. So you the one walking through the struggle. Okay. Pam is gay.
And let me be clear. I respect her.
I'm not the only one. That's all.
I respect her for being so deep in her faith. We have to respect her faith. But the reality,
yes, I am.
I agree. I feel like we all are. But I'm saying that for the people.
Somebody said is Bondi still gay, and it's like,
we know.
Yes, I am.
Yes. Right.
Literally what bisexual is. Umbrella.
And I feel like a lot of people, I feel like back in the day, a lot of people would think that a lot of things were a choice. And now you hear all these new terms of people being full spectrum. And the new terms are basically what people have always been. You don't choose. It's just that you're open to all of this. And I feel like that's literally where Pam is sitting. But I respect her choosing her faith, but you can't act like you're not. I respect you choosing your faith, but I'm still looking at you.
I agree. I really feel like it's a delusion. It's a delusion that you're telling yourself, but you can tell it's heavy because you walk around with such a heaviness. And I like Pam. I don't think she's homophobic. I do think it's more so about herself. I don't think she feels any way about anybody. Keely definitely took that moment, made it about herself because they're about to get in her ass for talking with Fallon and saying what she said about Misha and Irish. That whole meeting was about Misha and Irish. It wasn't about the Pamela situation, but it was brought up to distract. So ultimately, Keely showed herself to be, I was just about to say, Keely showed herself to be messy like we all thought she was going to be. The first episode, I felt like, okay, maybe we're not going to get this messy Keely that we know. And then here she is being messy and then kind of like a sloppy drunk bitch. Like, I was like, how many times we going to see you with a glass of wine? What's going on?
And yeah, Keely is so, y'all, she definitely made that moment like a deflection and about herself or whatever. Like, it took me to when the girls was getting on her tail at the end and Felicia stepped up and said, I'm not going to let y'all clown her like that. Then they pulled her outside and she started crying, talking about something. I don't know. Yesterday you called me a bitch. I don't know. I'm like, why is this woman crying?
Yes or no?
Yes. Go home.
She's so bro.
But I told y'all I didn't like her from episode 1.
She is. She one of them ones that I feel like should be on some type, you know, I'm not gonna say that because then y'all gonna get mad at me. But you know, she like she be talking to somebody every week, Keely. Cause whoa, bitch. I mean, the way she threw Fallon under the bus, I mean, it was so quick and easy. And then she was like, it has been disgusting what I've seen here the past few. I was like,
you know what I thought that was?
Demoralizing. That's what she said.
I think because Lamisha said she heard the twins talking. I think she felt like, oh, she didn't hear me. So I can say this because again, Lamisha made it about the twins talking. I'm like, no, bitch, it wasn't the twins. It was the one twin and Keely. I think the reason Keely then said that was because she didn't realize, no, bitch, she heard you too. So you sound dumb.
But to be clear, Felicia, I want to say this again. Felicia, bitch, we put you in the same boat with your sister because you said the same shit your sister said. Just because you wasn't there for that meeting does not mean that you felt any different. You were saying the same shit that first day. You and your sister was bored that first day. So don't ask now to separate you from the bitch that you look just alike. Like,
right, that's what I'm saying. Just stand on it. I think
she allows her sister to say the shit they both think. So my thing is, she tried to make it seem as if I didn't say that, but you thought it. You thought it, and you know your sister gonna say
nice one. She the fake nice one. You know, to act like I'm not as bad as my sister when really y'all sharing a brain.
Because the next moment she was going off on Keely.
Yeah, she turned out her ass.
Yeah,
she was a messy.
She deserves it.
Like, yeah.
What are you here for? What is your purpose?
I still don't know because somebody posted on Twitter asking Carlos. Candace from House of Potomac asked Carlos on Twitter. Oh, so Keely get paid as creative director? He said no. What she meant was saying like I'm being getting paid regardless because she's a cast member. I was like yes, because she's not a fucking. Yeah, it's like no, it's the cast member is what we meant by that. Because you're not. If you were the creative director, they would not need a queen. Because you will be the one to help make decisions because you're helping create this group. So I feel like every time she say that, it's because she on bullshit. Why you singing with them? Why you dancing with them? Why you rehearsing with them? And like they said, if you not in the group, get off the couch. If you ain't in the group, why are you taking up time with the producers and the writer that can go towards us? Because you in the group, bitch. Go out.
But I also felt like Misha was using that as a way to distract from the fact that she sounds terrible and she can't dance.
Well, Misha and
Irish.
can't sing.
And that was my thing. Fallon was being fake because you gonna say, well, we want them to use their strong suit when it's already been decided what strong suit.
I think that's her point. I think her point was you do what you're strong at, but you're not strong at singing and dancing. So should you be? I think she I think she said that being shady because again, you're not good at shit being here. And the bad part about it is Lamisha and Irish do sound the worst. That's true. However, I feel like that's on them because y'all should have at least warmed up. Y'all had to be booked for this show.
Y'all
so why did y'all not try to? Yeah, but I get if you don't sing for years, of course your voice gonna change. We know that, but I do feel like
30 days. Like they don't have the time it takes to get somebody.
They gotta do the scales. Do re mi fa sol la ti do all day.
Yes, all day. They're gonna be able to get their breathing together in order to sing and dance and perform. So I'm still wondering how they gonna put all 9 of these bitches together.
All 3 of them songs gonna be ballads. From Lamisha and them. They ain't gonna be no hip hop moving unless it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. But they ain't gonna do. I do
like the fact that Pam still sound good. When Pam was in the studio, I was like, oh.
But that's the thing. They don't have to do like, you know what I'm saying, whole dance moves. Like you can easily a little good 2-step real quick. Like every song don't need to be a bop 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 song. Like you can do a couple little slow things or whatever. So I feel like it's easier said than done.
Like they was not hitting the boom cack. They was not hitting
they can do this. They can do that. Like they can, a little 2-step with it, and that's what it is. But I feel like they don't need any routine. They don't give them the routine. Have them sing real slow. They can, temptation it on out and leave it at that. But I'm like the song choices, you can easily make songs with all of them.
Y'all, Aubrey is scary. Aubrey is so like packed in her face with the eyes. It be like,
but you want to know why?
To have on a corset.
Wait.
Somebody in my video about to explode.
Wait, somebody in my video earlier said she looked like she's surviving off helium, and I almost passed out.
She is. I feel like she's had so much stuff because she's had work done. I think she had, they said when you have work done after surgery, your body be bloated from the medication or whatever. I think her body's still under surgery duress, and it just hasn't let go yet because her body, her face looks swollen.
I'm gonna leave y'all alone though. I ain't gonna do it for y'all process. Because I know they tired of me telling them they need to just work out, but some of these things you just wouldn't have to deal with, and then you would have the cardio and breathing for the singing. 2 birds, 1 stone.
It's like I'm wondering what did she get done? Was it lipo? Like if it's just to remove fat, then girl.
I think she had a lot done. She took her face off. Okay, her whole face is different.
Bigger.
Here's the thing, though.
Bride of Chucky, I'm telling y'all all day.
So I posted earlier. Y'all way small, but them arms ready to cook Thanksgiving dinner.
That's what nobody want to hear.
Vito, bitch, waist this little arms, neck, face, everything else fat.
Just big as hell.
Because all that only her waist is sucked in with the what. I seen Santana walking on the video with him and some girl or whatever, and I was like, if a giraffe just stood up on his hind legs and walked, that is what he looked like, a giraffe walking on their hind legs.
But he was about to fall at one point.
I felt so bad. It was bad. And I get some, a person wants to be, different or whatever, fine. But he looked like it was a walking giraffe on the hind. I was like, girl.
That body he didn't got done, boy. I just be like, I guess if you want to look like the number 8, I guess that
is 8. That is 8. A whole figure 8.
Yeah. Not in a good way, bitch, but go all.
Tragic. Because once you do all that, how can you deflate?
Yeah, get poked.
You can't. You can't. You stuck like Aubrey.
I'm about to say poke where?
Aubrey stuck. Her face. Up. I said her face makes faces
like a blow up doll.
She knew a face.
That's the whole point. It's like if Aubrey can come on the show looking as different as she looks, why can't Keely just go ahead and say she want to be a part of the group? Why are you being so scared?
you could tell Keely thought she was gonna be the worst, and that's why she wanted to play this outside role because she just didn't feel strong enough to be a part of it for real. So she was gonna learn everything and see if she could catch up. That way, if she didn't, she could just back out of it. And if she did,
be a part of group, no way.
Great point.
Girl, I'm tired of her already. And then the way she reacted in my sweatsuit to Aubrey's idea, it was just kind of like, girl.
But wait, that idea was bogus. You got some white women in a photo put on the whiteboard, and then how do you propose white women pictures for a group of you the only white woman there?
White. It was that they was laying down, and I was like, how these bitches gonna look laying down? Come talk to me.
But I'm like, but how was that a concept or a thing? The fact that you just put people together in a photo, that don't mean y'all together. It was the weirdest shit ever. I didn't get it.
Think about Pam and Misha on the fucking floor trying to look sexy, bitch. Wait a minute.
That ain't what it's gonna be. Oh, that is amazing, Audrey. That looks. It doesn't look great. Those are white women. They black. They don't even match their faces.
Right.
No. I didn't get it. I didn't get the concept.
Lining them all up. That's what it was about. It was about lining them up and their faces close together. That way it would keep everybody's bodies out of the picture and it would be able to kind of blend them in together. I understood what she meant when she meant the visual, but I didn't understand how that would translate to performance the way she made it seem.
They need to go. Look, all they got to do is go on Canva, put some pictures on Canva, place it the right, because you have to be, you have to do shit the right way to put people in order. Okay, you do shit the wrong way, it don't look right. It's easy to put people in the place they're supposed to be if you get the right thing done. Okay, they fucked on up. It wasn't a good thing. Okay, get them on Canva. If they get on Canva, they can learn. Aubrey don't know Canva. She don't know Canva. That's it.
That's why she had a presenter's board from the Walgreens. She had a presenter's board, bitch. She about to do a solar system project. I'm sorry, I'm joked out at this point. Oh my God.
All right,
I'm leaving now. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I think that's all we got, y'all. Oh, one thing, y'all. We have a
we gotta add it.
Page. We need to add it. Go ahead and follow us at Ladies First, OOH, Ladies First Panel on Instagram. Yeah, and then of course hit up our personal Instagrams as well. Next week will be on Bobby channel.
Yeah. Make sure y'all send me all of these new graphics we got since the last time I did it.
First of all, Bondi, I sent them to you. You don't be reading my email. I'm just playing.
Exclusive for you guys.
We're new. All right.
Well, we're about to have business discussions. All right.
Because y'all know we're a show.
Right. Bye.
Bye.